Call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles. Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon right now.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
The Thursday, June 19th edition of the Hall of Famers. So yesterday, Mason, Johnny, and I were broadcasting live from somebody's house in Thousand Oaks, having a great time in summertime fun and frivolity. When the news broke.
We may get some news today.
What does it have to do with?
Well,
if it breaks,
it'll be one of the biggest stories.
It'll be the biggest story of 2025.
Yeah.
Really?
The massive news that Jeannie Buss was selling the Lakers to the Dodgers, basically. And we reacted live. The reaction continues today. Plus, Dodgers-Padres from last night at Dodger Stadium. And NBA Finals Game 6 tonight. Do we have anything to talk about? Let's get to it. Plus the usual fun and fair. The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So somebody's
Anything going on?
Somebody's $10 billion richer out there, huh? How about that? So Mark Walter, the new or soon-to-be new owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. And, John, the reaction that I have gotten from friends and people who follow sports, they are so – and not to say anything about the Busses, who, again, have made a huge mark here in Los Angeles, but there is so much optimism, so much excitement about what could be next for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And it's partially – not only because they have a new owner, because of who the new owner is. I mean, this guy's just got a proven track record of being hugely successful. And now, and this is what people have been saying all day, when I said yesterday, this is going to change the way the Lakers do business, everybody said, no, it's not. There's the CBA. They can't spend any more than anybody else.
Right.
But there is no salary cap on coaches. There is no salary cap on facilities. There is no
scouting,
salary
analytics,
cap on travel.
Video guys. Yeah. I mean, all that stuff.
And so now the Lakers are going to be hyper-launched into the new era with a hedge fund behind them.
And, I think this is, if you were to take, I think this is right, Celtics deal plus Dallas deal still doesn't equal what what Mark Walter paid for the Lakers. That's how much money we're talking about here. And I think the other thing is, Matt Ishbia, he's doing his thing. The casino lady down in Dallas, they trade Luka. I mean, all that stuff is. We got one of the good ones. We got a guy who's done it, who's been at the head of a really successful
he's a buyer,
organization.
He's not a seller,
and he is absolutely going to keep this team. in step with what's going on in the rest of the league. I really think that we're at a point where mom and pop ownership doesn't exist. Are there other mom and pop owners right now?
No, because even James Dolan is backed by Cablevision, which is a giant company. The Celtics were owned by a family, the Grosbeck family, just sold. Herb Simon, who owns the Pacers, has kind of kept that as a family business, but there are very few of those left.
Surprisingly, in the
Robert Kraft,
in the
maybe?
NFL, there are a fair number of them. Sheila Ford,
but she has the Ford Motor Company behind her.
Oh, true. How about the McNairs in Houston? Amy Adams Strunk in Tennessee, the Irsay family.
Those are all hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
Those are all people that have had the team transferred to them,
True,
like the buses were.
Exactly. You got a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of stuff. Laura's got a bunch. I think this is what we stick on today. I think this is the as you said yesterday, the biggest sports story of 2025, hands down. And we're going to let you guys, people were complaining about not taking calls earlier this week, or Morales put up a poll, whatever that is. 877-710-ESPN.
All right, this is off the beaten path and weird, but significant. I want to make sure this is from the actual Dodgers Twitter account. At Dodgers.
At Dodgers, sure.
Okay. So I'm just going to read it.
Yep.
This morning, ICE agents came to Dodger Stadium and requested permission to access the parking lots. They were denied entry to the grounds by the organization. Tonight's game will be played as scheduled. So I think that's the first time the Dodgers have taken a stance on this thing.
It is.
They've kind of stayed quiet and out of it, like you would expect a sporting franchise to do.
Yep.
But apparently, ICE tried to come into the parking lots, and the Dodgers said no.
Good for the Dodgers.
Out.
Good for the Dodgers. All right, so 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Laura, what was your takeaway from yesterday's big show, other than the fact that we got to sit out in the sunshine all day
and jump in the pool?
Well,
you guys definitely jumped in the pool. I loved your get-ups, by the way, from yesterday. The fact that you guys came so relaxed and so on beat. I loved it. Now, back to what is important, the Lakers.
Yes.
I'm excited because we know what they've done with the Dodgers, so just being able to have the unlimited income to just spend, right? For the Lakers, it's like we are already a huge organization. It's iconic. The Lakers are the crown jewel of the NBA. So imagine having that backing where the sky's the limit now.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what's going to happen to the Lakers
Absolutely.
and how that's going to transform them.
Brian, you excited?
Oh, yeah, very excited. The news is pretty crazy within itself. I like hearing...
Did you know what was going... Oh, you asked us privately, and I texted it to you because I didn't even want to risk saying it down the line in the off chance it went on the air, so I texted it to you.
Even when you texted to me, I was like, no way. Like, come on, this isn't... You're pulling my chain here. But
it is such
crazy.
A huge shift in the city. 877-710-ESPN. We will get some of your calls in here next. In the meantime, what's on tap today here on 710 ESPN? Well, thank you to Michelob Ultra. Oklahoma City, one win away from an NBA title. Coverage of Game 6 in Indiana starts at 5:30 this afternoon. You can hear it all on your afternoon drive on 710 AM or the all-new ESPN LA app. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Please enjoy responsibly. Hey, let me tell you about Cosm. So, for example, tonight, you got Game 6, NBA Finals. You're looking for a great place to watch it? Why don't you try Cosm? Get off your couch and see what it feels like to really be at a game through immersive shared reality. So I have seen the NBA at Cosm. I have seen the NFL. I've seen college football at Cosm. I've seen Cirque du Soleil at Cosm. All this stuff is amazing. These gigantic wraparound digital screens. And you will feel like, for example, if you go there tonight for OKC, Indiana, you will feel like you're at the game. It will feel like and look like you're sitting courtside. I am telling you, if you've not checked out Cosm yet, you got to do it to secure your tickets to the NBA Finals as well as all the events at Cosm. Go to Cosm.com. That's COSM.com. Cosm.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
We may get some news today.
if it breaks,
It'll be one of the biggest stories.
it'll be the biggest story of 2025.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if it breaks.
The Bus family is passing the Showtime torch.
And, with Mark Walter as our owner and everything that's backing with what he did to the Dodgers, I'm all for turning the Lakers into an evil empire. I'm down for that.
The home of the Lakers, 710 ESPN, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. Brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region, 13 years in a row in California once again.
Want to sell your home because you're downsizing? Call Seller's Advantage. Want to sell the home that you've inherited? Call Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your home and take advantage of your equity? Call Seller's Advantage. No matter what your reason for selling, Seller's Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer and can close in as little as days or as long as you need. Don't worry about the condition of your home. You don't need to pay for costly repairs because they buy as is. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes for over 20 years, focusing on helping sellers get the highest offer possible without having to get it ready for the market or deal with agents or pay commissions. They make selling easy and painless. They'll even offer you a $20,000 advance for moving and other expenses. If it's time to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. Call 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-397-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts.
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
8 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the middle circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people?
Why do they grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins, fresh steamed vegetables, and signature sauces. Download the Waba Rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
It's Super Laker Sports Graffiti. It's like a big super graffiti all day long today. 877-710-ESPN. So Luca tweeted. He says, the Lakers, and this is 7 hours ago, so it's not breaking. The Lakers are an amazing organization. I'm looking forward to meeting Mark Welter and excited about the future. Also grateful to Jeannie and the Bus family for welcoming me to L.A. I'm happy that Jeannie will continue to be involved. I look forward to working with both of them to win championships. Now, the question, John, is I just scanned through. No tweet from LeBron, no Instagram post from LeBron, nothing from LeBron. What does it mean?
It doesn't mean anything. He's staying out of it, staying above it. Anything LeBron does he gets criticized for. Like earlier this week, he was trying to stand up for guys like Steve Nash who've never won a title and says it's not all about ring culture, and he was crushed.
Yeah.
So LeBron,
but welcoming a new owner,
I wouldn't. I mean, if I was LeBron, I wouldn't do a thing.
You would not say you wouldn't do what Luka did and said,
No.
thanks to the Buss family, excited to work with Mark Walter.
No,
that's so odd.
I would stay out of it.
Well, he's out of it.
What LeBron always says is keep the main thing. Just worry about playing. And that's what he should do. This is Dylan Hernandez wrote a column this week about how the Dodgers should be more proactive about all this stuff that's going on with the ice raids.
Yep.
And when I read it, I disagreed with Dylan. I said, hey, the Dodgers are a baseball team.
Right.
They are a baseball business. They are in the business of providing entertainment. And I know Luka came out and said something, but I think he's the only one who did. I don't think there's another Laker that's commented on it.
Well, I mean, there are really only two Lakers that we're looking for comment from. That would be Luka and from LeBron. LeBron hasn't said anything. Now,
I'm sure he will at some point. He has a podcast every week.
I want to ask Momo about this coming up.
She's coming on at 1:15.
But I was listening to her on Shadano and Cap yesterday, and she said she was told that Luka got a heads up before this went down.
I was told LeBron got one too.
And she said, I don't know if LeBron got one.
I was told he did, and I trust the person who told me.
Okay.
But it's clearly the future is Luka.
Yeah, the future is Luka.
LeBron is the now.
Yeah. All right.
The thing that I'm going to ask Momo about this when she comes on at 1:15. The thing that was most interesting to me yesterday was that Jeannie will continue to serve as governor.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Cuban said the exact same thing when he sold to the Adelsons.
Yep.
He said, I will continue to run the basketball side of this. I will be in charge of all basketball decisions. They phased him out in less than 6 months. In Boston, Wick Grossbeck, who just sold, is staying on as governor. Jeannie now staying on as governor. How literal do we take that? Like,
right.
I mean, the Mavericks obviously lied to Mark Cuban and lied to us.
Sure.
Are the Celtics lying? Is Jeannie? We haven't heard from Jeannie.
Right.
Jeannie hasn't said anything.
Travis said something interesting earlier, and this is right, that there was a transition from the McCourts and that era to Walter and his era. Like Ned Colletti stayed on as general manager for a few years and made deals. Is it possible that this is some sort of transition to something different, something bigger, something that we don't know about right now? I think that's one of the things. I mean, again, we'll talk to Momo about this, but it sounds like Jeannie. Now, here's the thing about Jeannie. Okay, so Mark Walter owns the team. Jeannie's the governor. Isn't she going to do what Mark Walter wants her to do?
I would if I were her.
Yeah, I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, the decision making is going to come down, and Jeannie is a perfect face of the franchise for this moment.
Yeah, she's really good at it.
She's really good at this, and I think that she's going to be part of this transition to a new era of Lakers basketball. Let's hit the phones. Let's jump in here. Let's go to Anthony in Diamond Bar. I don't think I've got buttons. I can
Anthony,
push.
you're on with
Hey,
Mason
Anthony.
in Ireland. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you guys doing? Man, I have so many thoughts right now. I don't know how to categorize them. However, I've been calling this for a while now. Actually, I think I called you on Sports Graffiti. You guys could shut me down real quick about selling Jeannie Buss needs to sell the team. Well, anyhow, I just hope that the philosophy is a little different. I hope that we go for a more younger talent, maybe based on draft picks. I know, John, you don't like draft picks.
I don't.
But I believe that's where we're headed. We can't continually just rely on one or two superstars. That's just not the way the league is.
Well, I mean, if you look at the teams that are in the finals, that each team has two superstars.
Right.
So, I mean, the league does kind of operate that way.
Yeah, I mean, it does, and I don't know.
And by the way, you look at Indiana, both of their superstars, Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton, came in trades.
Yeah. Oklahoma City's sort of the exception to the rule in the NBA. They've seemed to, raise their own talent. But I don't know that Laker fans, and I don't know that, Mark Walter is going to have the patience to go through a rebuilding situation where you're living on draft picks and young players that you hope will be contributors down the road. I think that the Lakers have the knack of being able to skip that process because stars want to come here and play.
Mark in L.A. Hey, Mark, you're on with Mason in Ireland. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's
what
up,
a
man?
great transaction for the Lakers. As much as we love the Buss family, you're competing with the big boys now, and these headspun guys, these tech guys, are moguls, and they're willing to go all in. So Mark Walters was already part of the franchise in terms of ownership. He knows how to operate. He's got one of the best franchises of all sports in the Dodgers. And you look at you take everything in, and so the people that are upset with the Buss, Genie was still big around probably more as a figurehead. But I think all in all, the Lakers just upgraded in ownership in terms of wealth and strategy. And the Walters, I think, operates differently than the Buss is more about people and connections. These Walter guys are about the bottom line. So I think going forward, that's how you need to operate as a franchise. So the Lakers, I think, are in great hands. And this guy is not a new guy who's never owned a team. He's one of the best ownerships in sports, not just in baseball. Across, he owns multiple teams, a lot like Stan Kroenke family. So there's no downside to this. And I think going forward, the Lakers are going to be back to the powerhouses they've been in the Showtime and during the earlier years of the Buss family ownership. Thanks for the time, fellas.
Awesome, Mark. Thank you very much for calling in. We appreciate it. And, I think that's – it is going to be a new day to a great degree. And in the case of Mark Walter, this is a guy I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I think the Dodgers at this moment are probably the best run franchise in professional sports. They do all the things well. They sign the right guys. They go out and they scout. They find guys from AA like Max Muncy and Chris Taylor, who was a contributor for a long time. International scouting. They go get Hae-Sung Kim. They've done all these things. And to me, it's a question of, in Ireland, it is talent. It's obviously talent that wins. But I think there's also something to be said for organizational intelligence. And I think that's what the Lakers are going to wind up with, the same way they've got with the Dodgers.
Here is Terry in Chino. Hey, Terry, you're on Mason in Ireland. Hi.
Thanks for taking my call. My only question is, why does everybody think that Mark Walter has a pocket full of money they can spend on the Lakers? There's salary caps on everything. So where does all of the extra money come into signing all of these players? Buss had the money. They just had the salary caps and everything they were backed into the corner on.
Right. Well, first of all, the Busses did not have the money that Mark Walter has.
Yes.
You're wrong about that. The Mark Walter is jumping about 10 levels.
He's worth $6 billion.
Yeah, the Busses' money was all tied up within the Lakers. And as we've said repeatedly, this influx of capital is not, we're not talking about players. Players do operate under a salary cap.
Yep.
We're talking about everything else. Read Dave McMenamin's article this morning on ESPN.com.
Yeah, really good.
On how the rest of the league is reacting to this news.
They should be terrified.
They are.
Yeah.
Because now they realize the Lakers are a have when they've been a have-not.
Yep.
And so it's money to do everything else. It's money to upgrade your facilities and your broadcast deals and your scouting department. And instead of having Rob run the whole department, the whole front office by himself, I would imagine eventually we're going to have like the Council of Elders.
Smartest guys in the room.
That the Dodgers have.
Yeah.
Where they have 6 or 7 of the smartest guys in baseball all working on the same thing. So I think that's where the money comes in.
I always use smartest guys in the room. So weird. I always put a documentary on to go to sleep to. Last night it was smartest guys in the room.
The Enron doc.
It is such a great documentary. Produced by Mark Cuban.
Really?
That was his documentary, nominated for an Academy Award. It's a great documentary if you've never seen it. But in a related story, we are going to wind up sooner or later having the smartest guys in the room. All right, Laura, you want to do a little quickie wheel coming up next just to throw something in there? Yeah.
Sure.
Plus, we'll get some phone calls in here.
Yeah, by the way, if you want to call the show, we're not just taking calls during Sports Graffiti today. We're taking calls the whole show.
Yeah.
So feel free to – all the lines are open, 877-710-3776. 877-829-3776.
And, of course, the NBA playoffs, the draft, free agency, the offseason, our new owner. Everything the Purple and Gold has got going on this offseason is incredible, and we've got your dose of what's next for the Lakers, thanks to Pro Bowler, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you're hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. You know it can take up to 11 weeks to fill an open job. 11 weeks. Nobody's got that kind of time. Go to this website, and you can use ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. They don't leave anything to chance. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So what are you waiting for? Go to that website. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Can Oklahoma City close it out tonight? Game 6 of the NBA Finals in Indiana as the Pacers fight to stay alive, and OKC looks to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Coverage starts at 5:30 p.m. tonight. Game 6 of the NBA Finals on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN, thanks to Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. And Chumba Casino. And Pro Bowler, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Meanwhile, Sedano and Cap will continue until 6 p.m. on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $259 a month. Or get 2.99% APR. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end July 7th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey, why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, where vapes are anti-aging. Because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke.
Line at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass question.
You know what? It might be. That's okay. All right, guys. I saw this, and it says, according to science, it literally starts like that.
According to science. Here we go. According
Science!
to science.
Okay, it literally starts, according to science, falling in love can make you less productive.
Okay.
I was having a discussion.
Makes sense to me.
100% true. I think it's 100% true.
I don't think it does.
Oh, when you're in when you're at the beginning of a relationship and you're all like, "Oh, it's you, it's just you and me," you don't have time for anything else.
Yes, you do. It makes you go harder at your goals.
No, Laura. Here's the best example of this. When Tiger Woods was destroying the golf tour, a golfer came out and said, "Our only hope is that he gets married or finds a woman because."
What?
We can't beat him now. He's singularly focused on destroying us.
Yep.
So Tiger gets married. His story is well documented. He discovers the perks of being the number one player in the world.
Yep.
And his career, he became beatable all of a sudden. What makes you think that falling in love doesn't take away from your work?
Because for me, it's like if you fall in love and you find the person that you want to be with, it makes you work harder so you can have a better life with that
I think
person.
you're living in a different land than I am.
Really?
Laura, yeah, no.
Because,
we're not.
like, Laura, look at it this way. You only have so much attention you can give to anything.
Right.
All right? If 50% of your attention is going to Christian.
No. Love him, but no.
But that means 50% of something you used to care about is falling by the wayside. Do you not see that?
No, that makes sense, but that's why you have to be able to, deviate like everything into, like, we work a lot. So when we do hang out, we're like, okay, we're going to hang out, but it's not 50% of the day or whatever.
I'll tell you what, I think, this is sort of well documented, right? Matt Kemp fell in love with Rihanna. Next thing you know, bam, falls off the map. I always use that as a good example. But
not the best example.
I also think dating takes time.
Oh, dating,
like,
yes.
once you settle down, you've got time to do other stuff. Like, Brian, you're settled down now. You're probably doing all kinds of stuff.
Right, like the actual part of falling in love, doing all the extra stuff to, get to that peak. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a very time
Right.
consuming.
Now, once you get there, like you and Allison are married, your life, I would think, is more organized. You're more content. You know who you're going to be with for the rest of your life.
Right. So to that point, I have a little more time
But
now
when
than I did before. Yeah.
Laura, when I was courting Lisa, when I was dating her, that took a lot of time. It took a lot of effort. I had to woo her.
You know what?
Whoa.
I'm doing this wrong. Christian, you need to do more according to these guys.
Yeah. Christian needs to do more wooing.
Yeah,
wooing.
I actually agree with
The science. You
The
agree with science?
science.
Science. Science.
It literally
According to
says
science.
according to science.
I'm just going to put that in front of many, many things that I say. According to science.
Makes it sound real.
Makes it sound real.
I mean,
All right,
who are
you
you
want
to
to take some more
dispute?
calls?
Yeah, let's take some more calls.
Dave in Lancaster. Dave, you're on with Mason in Ireland. What do you got?
Afternoon, fellas. Good afternoon. Sorry,
Afternoon.
I had you guys on speaker, so now I'm about to get settled in.
Cool.
All right. So two things: one for Mace, and then one for John, and then one for Mace.
Okay.
So at the beginning of the story, Sean was reporting. They said Walter Group, and then all of a sudden the story was running, and then they were saying that the actual name to put a face behind the story. Is that how it changed? And then the second thing was, Mace, check this out. So I just got back from Del Taco.
Nice.
Her legal name was Yeska. I kid you not. Yeska was her legal name.
The person
the
at
girl
Del
that was
Taco?
helping you at Del Taco?
Wow. That is amazing. Yeska. What does Yeska itself translate? I know pura Yeska, but Laura, what is Yeska?
No sé, let me figure it out.
Is weed.
Yeah, I think so
It's
too.
like slang.
Is it
for
really?
weed. Yeah.
Pura Yeska. Yep,
Oh, a
there you
Chicano
go.
slang
if you
term
look
for
at
marijuana.
Up
Yep.
in Smoke, remember Cheech and Chong, their license plate on the back of their, what do you call it, car, the Malibu?
Yep.
It said Yeska.
Yep, there you go.
I mean, the van that they were smuggling back from Mexico to L.A. The van, not the car.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's
The
very
van.
funny, man. Yeah, Yeska is a very unusual first name.
It
Very
is.
unusual.
And then also it depends, like obviously, like it says Chicano slang term for that, but in other countries, I just Googled it, it means something else.
Okay, and the first question he asked me
first question
was, okay, so Mark Walter is the CEO of a diversified holding company called TWG Global. We used to call that Guggenheim.
Guggenheim, right.
But now they've gotten bigger. They've bought in other sports franchises. And by the way, a lot of the money in TWG Global is coming from Abu Dhabi. So
is it really?
Yeah, so this is a worldwide brand
wow.
now that owns the Lakers.
All right, let's get one more in here. Let's get one more in here. And then top of the hour, more calls 1:15 is going to be Momo with some insight.
Here's Ken in Newport Beach. Hey, Ken, what's up?
Hi, guys. So I'm at the cigar store. When I hear this happen, I'm jumping up and down and yelling and screaming like a madman. I mean, I go way back with the Lakers, with Chamberlain and Selvey and all of those guys. And I had the opportunity to spend time with Dr. Buss, both at his house and on a couple of poker tables. And he didn't have the money to buy this team. He sold houses. He sold cars. I think he sold his lawnmower. But he was intense to become the owner, and that was the best thing that's ever happened to the Lakers. I have nothing against the Buss family, but there's a difference between being in it to win and being in it to make money. Dr. Buss was in it to win. I don't think the family ever was there, and that's why since Dr. Buss passed away, there are 128 games under 500 and only had one real full-season championship. I am thanking the gods that this has happened because now we've got a real owner who will spend the money and have a winning franchise.
Okay, all right, thanks, Ken. And by the way, let's be fair.
Yeah.
Since Jerry Buss bought the team in 1979, the Lakers won 11 titles and won more than 60% of their games. That's the best of any NBA franchise over that span. It's better than the Celtics. It's better than anybody. So the Buss to suggest that the Buss family was somehow a failure is preposterous.
That's not right at all.
They were really good, but now we're up in the ante. You need more money to operate, and they've got it.
Yep.
Here's Portia. Hey, Portia, you're on ESPN LA. Hi.
Hi. So, John Arlen, I have a two-part question for you. So, with the sale of the Lakers, does this mean that that Rob Pelinka's job is in jeopardy? And do you think that superstars will want to come play for the Lakers now?
Well, I think superstars have always wanted to play for the Lakers, Portia. If you study the history of the team, they get the biggest names. I mean,
that's what the Lakers do best.
I joke that if we were going to play a game for the entirety of the world, and you gave me the Lakers roster, I gave you every other team, I would win. I would have Kareem, Shaq, and Wilt up front, and a backcourt with Kobe and Magic, and I didn't even mention LeBron or AD or Karl Malone or Elgin Baylor or James Worthy or Gail Goodrich or any of those guys. So superstars are always going to want to come.
As to part one of your question,
the Lakers,
they're going to add smart guys to that room, and I don't know exactly. Rob is president of basketball operations, general manager. The one thing with the Dodgers is that they did let Ned Colletti run for a bit, and then they slowly added talent to the front office. And I would imagine that there is going to be a change in the way the front office operates. Maybe not this year, but down the line.
Yeah, let's squeeze. Thanks, Portia, for the call. Let's squeeze D and Duarte in here. Hey, D, you're on with Mason in Ireland.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Great, D.
I am so excited about this group that owns the Lakers now, but I'm really, really more excited for you, Mr. Ireland, because guess what, my friends? You don't have to cover for Rob Pelinka anymore because I agree with everything everybody says. Pelinka is going to be phased out because I can give you 2 to 3 things he's done wrong compared to the one thing he does right. So I'm excited about the direction of management now that it's going to go. Like everybody's saying, smart people are going to be real added to the room now, people with basketball experience, and the sky's the limit. But I'm really, really happy for you, Mr. Island, because you don't have to cover for Rob Pelinka anymore.
There you go. For the call.
Were you tired of covering for Rob Pelinka?
No, and by the way, I don't agree with him.
I think Rob Pelinka...
I think that a lot of this is going to be up to Rob. If he wants to collaborate with whoever they bring in, or maybe Mark Walter comes in and says, look, I'm buying this team as an investment. Jeannie's going to run it, and it's up to her how all this runs.
Right.
And Ramona will shed some light on this at 1:15. Right now she's doing NBA Today. She's at the finals in Indiana. But she's coming on with us at 1:15. And the first thing I'm going to ask her is, Mark Cuban said exactly what everybody's saying today about Jeannie. He said, I'm still the governor. I'm still in charge of the team. I'm making all basketball decisions. He completely lied to us. Or
he was totally duped. Right.
And so what makes this different? Is it written in the deal? Is after the Celtics, Wick Grossbeck stayed on as governor after they sold, did that provide the template that allows Jeannie to stay? Who should we believe?
Right.
Because we all believed Mark Cuban, and it was a lie.
Yes, and I would imagine, we're going to find out, and we'll talk to Ramona, I imagine it's in the deal. You're staying on for a certain amount of time to transition.
Hope so.
And it's not going to be a sharp left turn. I mean, the organization is going to have to build over a period of time. Jeannie certainly sounds like she's going to be part of it. Rob is definitely going to be part of it. But, I mean, around the league, according to Dave McMenamin, league sources are asking, who is their Andrew Friedman? Is it Bob Myers? Is it Messiah Jury? Is it Sam Presti? Sounds like somebody that would come in sort of in above Rob.
Well,
to see the big picture.
To your point, or maybe Rob goes up.
Rob goes up,
and he hires somebody,
Sure.
depending on what his relationships are like. But people confuse this. Andrew Friedman is not the general manager of the Dodgers. He makes all the baseball decisions, but he hired Brandon Gomes to do the day-to-day.
Yes.
What Andrew does is big picture. He hires all the important people, they collaborate in a room, and then he makes a call. Maybe that's the model the Lakers go to. Because right now it's Rob's front office, and he has final say.
Yes. That's going to change.
I don't know if it will, but you would think.
I think it will, yeah.
Yeah, you would think. All right, 877. We'll go to Sports Graffiti. More of your calls.
More of
same
your calls,
thing.
yeah, same thing.
877-710-ESPN. There's no line. Well, there's one. One just opened. One line open. 877-710-3776.
All right, we will take your calls, continue to take your calls. Coming up next, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All over the Bus family selling the Lakers. How does Jeannie...
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, where they want you to believe vapes are calming and pretend nicotine won't lead to increased anxiety and depression. Big Tobacco's Fantasyland is a nightmare for us all.
Passing the Showtime torch.
The home of the Lakers, 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. And for a limited time, Next Gen is offering $500 off any whole home water purification system. You may not know it, but our water here in SoCal contains pesticides, lead, forever chemicals, chlorine, and more. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. ESPN LA All-Star Student, brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region once again. Come see what all the fun is about.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway, it's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino, come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR 001291. GAR 001292. PSIS license number 1358. The biggest event of the summer is coming to Honda Center. Saturday, June 28th. Most Valuable Promotions presents global boxing star Jake Paul on his path to becoming world champion. Taking on Mexico's former world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. In the co-main event, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez defends his world titles against Cuba's knockout artist, Yuniel Dorticos. Former boxing and UFC champ Holly Holm returns, live from the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHealth.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland.
All right, real quick, I want to get this in there. ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday Night, happening July the 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Hey, kids age 7 to 12 can swing big, be part of the All-Star action. Sign up now at ESPNLA.com. Click on the T-Ball Tee-Off card. Find your designated age group. Sign up. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Sparkling smiles and happy kids.
So before we get back to the phones, and we will momentarily, I mentioned that Dave McMenamin has an article. He co-wrote it with Tim Bontemps.
Yes.
It's up on ESPN.com right now. If you're one of these people, and you people are coming at me, both on Twitter and people have my phone
In
number,
what way?
are texting me and saying, quit saying that the Lakers now have money that they didn't have before, and it's going to make a difference.
Really?
It's a salary cap league. Steve Ballmer has all the money in the world, and they've never won anything.
Yeah.
Read McMenamin's article. I'm going to pick a few things out of it.
Yep.
In 2019, they wanted Ty Lue to be the coach. Negotiations stalled over money.
Yep.
Lue was seeking an annual salary of $7 million over 5 years. They offered $6 million over 3. Okay?
Yep.
Lost out. Alex Caruso's deal crumbled because of money. The Lakers, 3 years, $21 million. He went to Chicago for more money. They list several things here that won't happen anymore now that Mark Walter's here. Examples. An assistant coach was not approved to stay at the same hotel as the player he was traveling to work out with because the room was too expensive. Former GM Ronnie Lester not renewed during the NBA lockout in 2011 because of the money. The team applied for federal relief with the government.
Yeah,
ended up giving it back after they that got exposed. They were the only team without a representative at the Sloan Analytics Conference. 30 teams invited, 29 showed up. Lakers, those, and as they write in one sentence, Mark Walter's reputation as an owner is the opposite of all this.
Yeah, I mean, I throw this in there, too. We said, add the smartest guys in the room, and you pointed out Josh Burns is technically the general manager, right?
Brandon Gomes.
Brandon Gomes. Josh Burns, I just want to go through, I won't name the names, but listen to how fat the front office is with talent. Friedman, Brandon Gomes, Executive VP GM, Josh Burns, Senior VP Baseball
Former GM,
Operations.
Josh Burns.
Then they've got a VP Assistant GM, VP Assistant GM, VP Assistant GM, VP Baseball Operations, VP Scouting, VP International Scouting, VP Player Personnel, VP Player Performance, VP Baseball Administration, VP Player Development, VP Baseball Resources, and Senior Director Pro Scouting and Development. Those are all the people that work in the Dodgers front office. And in the Lakers front office, we've got Jeannie and Rob.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the Clippers, because they have unlimited money, all those titles exist with the Clippers.
They do.
They
absolutely do. I mean, you've got to get the right people in place, and you got to have the right guy at the top of the organization. Let me throw something at you. What if Andrew Friedman did it?
I think it's possible.
I don't think
I'll give you a couple of examples.
Yeah.
Our friend Kevin Demoff has been so good with the Rams that Stan Kroenke promoted him to head of all Kroenke sports. So now he runs the Rams and the Nuggets. Dodgers former GM Paul DePodesta.
Yeah.
He went to work for the NFL. He works for the Browns now in Cleveland because his ideas translate to other sports. So I wouldn't be shocked if Andrew Friedman is at least consulted on a lot of Lakers stuff.
No, not at all.
And maybe you look for your own Andrew Friedman on the basketball side. Maybe you promote Rob, or if Rob wants to stay in his current role, you bring somebody else in to give him some more advice. I don't know. These are all open possibilities. Let's get Sports Graffiti going. Adam, you're on Sports Graffiti. What do you got?
So the thing that I'm excited about, and AK alluded to this earlier, is that there's going to be a new way of doing things. For the longest time, the Lakers have essentially done things the Jerry Buss way. But the reality is, since he passed away, it's Jeannie has done a great job, and while I think it is time, she had to live in her dad's shadow, and nobody commands the kind of respect and, quite frankly, has the same kind of aura that Jerry Buss did. And now if you actually listen to the things that she says in press releases, press conferences, she always says, my dad. She does everything with the intention of trying to be as replicating her dad's legacy as possible. Now we can start to take some of that Dodger DNA, some of that real front office strategy DNA and apply that to the same kind of Jerry Buss way and merge the two. I think this is a long time coming, and it was hard to live in the shadow, but now we can kind of blend the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I mean, the Los Angeles Lakers are still going to be the home for stars in this game. And if there is a star out there, there is always the possibility that he's going to wind up with the Lakers. I think what's interesting is now we may find more depth by identifying players that fit into the. Travis brought up the Tommy Edman example for the Dodgers. They tracked him. They kept track of him. They tried to get him a couple of times. They finally got him. They identified him. That's going to happen in the NBA too. That's going to say that guy right there. We see something that nobody else sees, and that's the guy we want. I think it's going to make a difference for sure on the margins of the roster.
Here's more from the McMenamin article.
Yes.
It says here, expanding the front office for the Lakers under Walter is a no-brainer. And then he has a quote from a league source. For years, it was Mitch Kupchak, and that was it. And now it's Rob Pelinka, and no disrespect, that's it.
Yeah.
So if you look at other organizations, their front offices have more people and more voices.
Sure.
And I think that may be coming. Let's go to Joe in L.A. Hey, Joe, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hi. I think that Mark Walter's just going to stay in the back.
Yes.
Maybe appoint some people that he feels is good, and then just let the money flow.
Let the money flow. By the way, I do think that's the other thing about Mark Walter. He's not a meddler. As an owner, he's not telling Andrew Friedman what to do, who to trade for, none of that stuff. He is a great owner, stands back, hires tremendous people, puts together a great organization, and then watches them win.
And to let you know how Mark Walter and Andrew Friedman come across with players, Shohei has it in his deal that if Mark Walter or Andrew Friedman leaves the Dodgers, he can void his own contract. Think about that.
That's crazy.
He said, listen, I like everything you guys are saying, but if you're not here, this could all go up in smoke. And they said to him, we're in it for the long haul. If we're not here, we'll put a clause in your contract that says you can get out.
Yep.
So they're in this to win it.
For sure.
Jerry, you're on Sports Graffiti. Jerry in Glendale. What do you got?
Well, what I got is I can't wait for Mason's concert in West Covina. When is that?
My concert.
Why? What are you talking about?
Are you talking about
you're singing? You're singing at the last one at the game.
Yeah, July the 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex is the All-Star Friday night softball game. And yes, I will, once again, with Cappy, perform the national anthem.
Will you be singing in Spanish?
No, I will not be singing in Spanish. If I could learn it, I would.
All right. Jerry, thanks for the phone
Thanks,
call.
Jerry.
Here's Dave in Murrieta. Hey, Dave, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
A few facts first, guys. My very first Laker game was at the Los Angeles Sports Arena, and Mel Counts was the center.
Wow.
All right?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not much older than you guys. Looked up Guggenheim Group yesterday. The estimated value $330 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mark Walter is not only the best owner in sports, I think he's the smartest. He puts a structure in place with the right people and gets the hell out of the way.
Yep.
He oversees, and that's what the best business owners do. Now I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Was Mark Walter involved in the Luka acquisition?
Yeah, this conspiracy is going around out there.
I haven't heard this yet.
Have you not heard?
All right, so how would he have been involved?
Okay, the idea is somehow Mark Walter was interested in the deal because he instructed the Lakers to get Luka Doncic, and that would be a good start for the organization and for the next decade. Now, I don't believe there's anything to this conspiracy. The idea that Mark Walter's fingerprints are somehow on the Luka trade, I think that's a little bit crazy, but it's out there.
Well, and there's one person who can who will have an opinion on this, and she's going to join us next. Ramona Shelburne is in Indiana covering the finals,
Yes.
and Ramona has a good relationship with Jeannie. She talks to other people at the Lakers. She'll be all over. And the first question we're going to ask her is, do you think that this is more like Mark Cuban in Dallas, where he came out and said, I am in charge of basketball operations. I will make all basketball decisions. Complete lie. Absolutely. And now Mark says they lied to him.
Right. He got duped.
Yeah, and the Patrick Dumont and Miriam Adelson lied to him.
Yeah.
Mark Walter, I think, has too much to lose by lying.
I agree.
I think if he told Jeannie she can run it, she's going to run
Right,
it.
and I also
we'll talk to Momo about that.
And I also think in Los Angeles, you should not alienate the Bus family. They've got such a legacy here.
Right.
Hey, let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you're involved, if you're having emotional issues right now, you're depressed, you've got anxiety, you're overwhelmed, too much at work, struggles with the boss and your relationship, there's somebody you can talk to right now. Go to BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/timeout. Remember, mental health is health. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Can Oklahoma City close it out tonight? Game 6 of the NBA Finals in Indiana as the Pacers fight to stay alive and OKC looks to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Coverage starts at 5:30 p.m. tonight. Game 6 of the NBA Finals on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN thanks to Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. And Chumba Casino. And Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Meanwhile, Sedano and Cap will continue until 6 p.m. on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it is a Ticket Thursday on 710. Listen all day for your cue to call, and it is right now. Caller number 7, 877-710-ESPN. You can win 2 VIP tickets to the High Desert Beer and Wine Festival happening this Saturday at the Palmdale Amphitheater. Craft brews and fine wines and food trucks and live performances and more. Again, caller number 7 right now, 877-710-ESPN. You win. And to get tickets for yourself, you can go to winefest.com. Actually, let me look at that. That doesn't look right. High Desert Beer and Winefest.com. How about that? Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the industry's idea of a healthier tomorrow, where vapes are deemed safer. Never mind, they can contain cancer-causing arsenic and lead. And they're anti-aging, because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the deadliest industry can rebrand itself as your friend.
In your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at highdesertbeerandwinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's highdesertbeerandwinefest.com.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
Hey guys, let's talk about Prize Picks, but let's start off by saying this. Do you know ball? I mean, do you really know ball? Are you a ball knower? Well, there's only one series left in the playoffs, and the championship is officially on the line. That means time is running out for you to put your final takes to the test on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite basketball players from baseball to hockey to esports, and don't forget my favorite darts and much, much more. Prize Picks invented the flex play. I always play flex, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. So here's what I want you to do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You're going to get that $50 instantaneously when you make your first $5 lineup. That's code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Get that $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon. More reaction as we react to the news that the Lakers are being sold to the Dodgers. All with that and so much more, your Thursday edition of Mason and Ireland continues on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
All right, joining us right now from Indiana. Oh, thank God she's here. She's got all the inside scoop on this thing. Ramona Shelburne is on the line. Ramona, thank you very much for coming on. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so glad to talk to you guys. I felt so bad yesterday.
I know.
Well, yeah, you were traveling. Now, Sedano, I heard you on with Sedano and Cap Momo, and Sedano was
from the plane. Yeah.
Yeah, Sedano was saying that there was no Wi-Fi at the hotel. Did by the time you got there, did they have TV?
Yeah,
did they have Wi-Fi?
They had Wi-Fi. I did not watch TV. Sorry, they're apparently rehearsing the halftime show here at the arena, so I hope that's not too loud for you.
No, it's fine.
No, it's good.
Yeah. Okay, good. I just kind of go straight to bed. I kind of get in, and you know what's weird though? Because I had been flying all day, all the people that I needed to talk to, I just said, hey, I land at like 10:30 Eastern. Can I call you when I land? Which is like the worst. I was texting with everyone, right? But like I couldn't talk, so I just stayed at the airport for like 2 hours and got on the phone and worked the phone for 2 hours, right?
Right.
And then finally went to the hotel at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and at that point, I'm taking a shower and going to bed.
There you go. All right,
I don't care about
so
TV.
Ramona, let me start here. We got a lot of questions for you, but let me start here.
Ask me anything.
Okay.
Good.
When the Mavericks were sold last year,
yeah,
Mark Cuban came out, all the reports came out and said, I am still in charge of basketball. I will make all It was a complete lie. I don't know if the Adelsons lied to Cuban. I don't know if Cuban lied to the media. But within 3 months, he was out, and now he's not a part of any basketball decisions, even though he owns part of the team. You are reporting that Jeannie will be in charge as the governor. Why isn't this? Why should we believe that when Mark Cuban sold us the same bag of goods a year ago?
So my understanding is, that was a very different deal because that also was a real estate deal. There might be a casino as part of this. There's a gambling component to that. It wasn't just a team. He didn't have nearly as many shares. And I don't think he ever got it in writing. I think it was just a discussion they had that he would stay on and help with the transition, et cetera. But this was something, and this is something the more I talk to people about this, the more I'm convinced that this is how it actually went down. I think this was Mark Walters' idea. I don't think this was Jeannie Buss pulling a Wick Rousebeck saying, hey, one of the conditions of the sale is that I get to stay on and I get a new 3-year deal or whatever it is. I think Mark Walters says, I want you to stay on because you are the brand. Like the reason why the Lakers sold for $10 billion is because that is the brand value. It's not because NBA teams are worth $10 billion. I think they're one of one. Like think around the world. What other team is as valuable as the Lakers? Like normally I would say the Yankees or maybe the Cowboys, but all over the world, I don't think NFL football is as big in every continent in the world like the Lakers are. I don't think they're as big as I don't think the Yankees are as big on every continent in the world. But the Lakers, you can go to any city in any town and you just say the Lakers or Kobe or whoever you want, whatever Magic. Everybody knows who you're talking about, and I think that's why they went for $10 billion. And Mark Walter's been around for the last 4 or 5 years, really observing how the Lakers are run. Like he and I've talked over the years, and he has been very impressed with how Jeannie understands that brand and that business, and he wants her to stay on. This isn't like, and it's in writing too. It's part of the deal.
Okay.
Mark, as far as I understand, Mark Cuban did not get that in writing. Adam Silver kind of pushed back on that when Mark said, "Oh, the NBA wouldn't allow it." Adam kind of pushed back on that, and I think maybe the NBA is doing business a little differently. But this is coming more from Mark saying, I believe in your value, than Jeannie saying, I will only sell if you let me stay.
Okay. So I read an article, Momo.
Yeah. How long?
It was Dave McMenamin's article. It was a great piece.
Oh, yeah, I read that one too, yeah.
So I think it's interesting. He asked a question that is the league is asking. Who is their Andrew Friedman? Is it Bob Myers? Is it Messiah Jury? Is it Sam Presti? What can you say about any of that?
I think Rob Pelinka is fine for now. I don't think he's going in. He just signed an extension, guys.
Right.
And he pulled off like one of the biggest trades in NBA history and is widely regarded as fleecing the Mavericks. So I don't know, why we should be bagging on Rob here.
No, nobody's bagging on him. But Momo, you know that room's going to get bigger. There are more smart guys going to be in there. All that stuff. Like I just read a list of how many different vice presidents they've got. Right now, it's just Rob and Jeannie.
Yeah. Right. Well, and there's a few other ones but they're just not forward facing.
Yes, correct.
Right. So what I would say is, I think Rob continues on just like Ned Coletti continued on for a number of years. Yep. And I think everybody is. I don't want to say this because it sounds a little more sinister than it's going to come across. But this is an observation period. Okay, Mark is going to take his time. He understands this is a new sport for him. There's a lot of connective tissue though between these two organizations. Like Stan Kasten runs the Dodgers. Well, what was his job before the Dodgers?
Atlanta Hawks.
The Braves. What was his job before that? The Atlanta Hawks. He knows the NBA. Lon Rosen is the chief marketing officer of the Dodgers. Obviously, he was Magic Johnson's agent, has worked for the Lakers before. There's a lot of connective tissue. And so I think you've already seen some of the molding of the two franchises since Mark bought the minority share in 2021. But you're just going to see a lot more of that. And I wouldn't make any decisions or think that change is coming to the Rob Pelinka side of things anytime soon, simply because he signed a contract extension and he's done a good job. But in the future, I don't know. Let's say, what are we talking? 5 years from now, 10 years from now? I think that's kind of more of what we're talking about.
You mentioned Coletti. Coletti worked under Mark Walter for 2 years. So he bought the team in 2012. Ned served through the 2014 season. So he was sort of a transitional figure for the organization.
Yeah. And I think that's probably the way you should think about this. But I will say the Lakers are in a much better place than the Dodgers were when Mark Walter bought them, right? And here's something I heard today. It's pretty interesting when you think about this. When Mark Walter bought the Dodgers, you remember this is really what the explosion of sports team value started with. It was the Dodgers sale in 2012 when they paid $2.15 billion. Remember that just blew everyone's mind?
We were blown away.
Okay, so he said to people close to him right after that, he said, I think it's worth more. And literally they were getting kind of creamed for, oh my God, they just blew everyone out of the water. They went crazy. Dude, it was worth more. It was worth a whole lot more. That looks like if you sold the Dodgers today, what would they go for? $10 billion?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, brand wise, and I think that we're like mere mortals who throw around words like billion and million like they're interchangeable and not completely different. Like a million is like a lot less than a billion, right?
Right. I was thinking, isn't a billion? Is it 1,000 millions? You would know. You went to Stanford.
$1,000 yeah,
$1,000 million.
Hey, Momo, you mentioned Magic Johnson. Do you think he comes back in any type of Lakers front office role or just kind of stay where he is?
I think he gets involved with the Lakers on some level, but I don't think it'll be in any kind of front office or powerful role right away, because obviously we know how that last pairing ended with him and Rob. And if you look at what his role with the Dodgers is, like, it's not heavily involved in front office activities. And I think, like, he certainly has opinions. I think he will express those opinions. There's a bridge now back to the Laker organization because of the connective tissue that's already there with those franchises and the people involved. But I don't see that right away, if at all.
All right. I want to ask you one last thing here.
That's it. You could have more. With
we can have more. Okay, well, I'm just going to roll with
whatever
you.
you want.
All right, so
I'm standing here in the hallway in Indianapolis.
So when did you first get an inkling of this? Like, when did you get a sense that they were about to sell, or did you? And was there like a vote of the 6 bus kids to decide to sell?
Okay, so 2-3 months ago, I heard a couple things that made me think, well, maybe something's going on, and I checked it out, and it sounded like nothing was doing. It was still a few years away. So I kind of put it on the back burner. And I was walking through the terminal at Burbank Airport. I mean, by walking, I mean Momo walking when, I'm always kind of late. So I'm always like hustling to my flight, right?
Yes.
And I'm like about to get on this flight. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm about to fly and I need to be on the phone for the next 3 hours. Like, this is nuts, right? And I might have sent a text to, give a couple of people a heads up.
Yes,
right? Something
yes.
like that. Like, this
somewhere.
But,
somewhere.
But I was also trying to, like, it didn't need a confirmation. It needed explanation. And so that's where all my texts were. And I was very frustrated during that whole first flight to Salt Lake City. It was a connecting flight from Burbank to Salt Lake City because I could not get on the phone. I could only text. But thank gosh the Wi-Fi was working. And I will say this. And I think this is really important, which I will write in depth about in a few days. The Bus family was not looking to sell. This wasn't like all of the kids, the 6 kids, got together and said, you know what, the time's right. We got Luka, new face of the franchise, whatever. This has been an ongoing conversation between Mark Walter and Jeannie Buss for the past 4 years since he bought the minority stake.
Yep.
And none of the offers or discussions have ever been compelling enough to where she had to bring it to the rest of the stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is the definition of a Godfather offer. This is like, I'm sorry, did you say 10 billion?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like, this is like stop you in your tracks. And, Jeannie is a very thoughtful person. And she also takes the responsibility of being the chairman of the board and like understanding that there's other people involved. This isn't like I'm in charge and I get to decide. Like, this is like a $10 billion offer. You have to present it to the rest of the family. You have to. It's their future too. And I think that probably what I checked on a couple of months ago of this idea that another couple of years would have been when they were looking to do something like this. I think that was right. But when the offer becomes this compelling, you have to bring it to the family. And that vote, well, I don't know when or how many days it took place, but I know that the votes were collected yesterday. And it was a majority vote.
It was a majority vote.
So there's 6 kids.
So at least 4
and it's
said
majority
yes.
wins. At least 4, and Jeannie was one of the ones that said yes.
Okay, got it. All right, I got a follow-up for you. When does this all happen? In other words, we're going into the 25-26 season. There's going to be some sort of transition.
How long is the approval process?
Yeah, how long does it take to actually get it done?
There's a board of governors meeting, I think next week in Vegas. It's like around Summer League. It's always in like July or something. So next week or the week after, something like that, is a board of governors meeting. I don't know that this will be in a place where they can vote on that at that meeting. It might be in the fall when they vote on it. Like the Celtics sale still has to be voted on.
Right.
The Celtics sale, I think, comes up at that meeting at this board of governors meeting. So are they going to do both? Are they going to wait on this one till the fall? I'm not sure yet. But I will say this. I asked a question, which is normally when you handle not just a $1 billion transaction, a $10 billion transaction, you have to involve a lot of bankers, right? There's a lot of financial guys, and they come in with their banking calculators and briefcases and stuff, right? And I don't think this is that complicated. I don't think there's like firms involved. I don't think there's a million people involved. I think this is a fairly straightforward transaction. Like, I think Mark set up a fund, and this is if you want to go down the rabbit hole. I tried to get Kathy to go down this rabbit hole. It was very funny.
Which hole?
Mark. Okay, this is the Mubadala hole. Okay.
This is the Abu Dhabi angle, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes. So there was a press release on April 27th about Mark Walter's TWB fund doing a venture capital raise with the Mubadala fund, the Abu Dhabi fund. They're heavily invested in like Manchester United. They're invested in a lot of sports teams. So Mark has put all of his assets, including the insurance company and some other things, not all of his, a lot of his assets. Okay, because he's such a financial whiz. I can't pretend to explain it
right
in the right way, but it's just he started a fund basically.
Yep.
And that's where a lot of this money came from. So that was April 27th. And I think this has all been playing out since then.
Right. Hey, last thing for you. Will there be a Game 7?
No.
I agree with you, Momo.
I agree.
I think the season ends tonight.
Yeah, I think it's over tonight.
I think so, too. I don't know. I thought when I left here after Game 4, I was like, this thing's going 7. Oh, I'm just cursed. I'm the girl who makes every series go 7. I'm like the Scott
You're the
Foster
extender.
You're Scott Foster. Yeah.
God dang it, man. I mean, the first round, Clippers, Nuggets, 7. Second round, Nuggets, Thunder, 7. I'm like, oh, my God. And every single one is like some team blows a game they should have won, and then we have to go another 2 games to finish it off.
Yep.
I thought that's what happened Game 4 when Indiana blew that game. And, like, now we're going to go 7, and I don't know who was going to win. But now with Halliburton hurt and Oklahoma City really stealing itself, I don't know. I don't know what Halliburton can really give him tonight.
All right. Hey,
Even though
Momo.
we're here at home.
Momo, travel safe. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for all the inside scoop on this.
Yeah, you got it, boys. You got it.
There's Ramona Shelburne. Coming on, more of your calls, 877-710-ESPN. Reaction, $10 billion. Mark Walter is buying the Los Angeles Lakers. In the meantime, I want to talk to you about my friends at Tax Relief Advocates. Owing money to the IRS is overwhelming. I got a friend who owes money to the IRS, and I referred them here. It weighs you down. There's crazy ads out there. They're scaring you. They're confusing you. Owing money to the IRS does not make you a bad person. Tax Relief Advocates knows, and they want you to relax and breathe and take the first step and get out from under that additional pressure that you don't need. Whether you got $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS one more day. The experts at TRA have a proven 3-step tax resolution process and knowledge of special programs available that can significantly reduce or even eliminate your IRS debt. It's easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star ratings on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. End your tax nightmare. Get your life back on track. If you owe money to the IRS and feel you got nowhere to turn, call Tax Relief Advocates today. 2 ways. Simply visit TRA.com, easy, TRA.com, or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. One more time, 800-575-1482. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
New era, same home.
This could launch the Lakers into the stratosphere.
The Lake Show have a new ownership group led by Mark Walter.
And 710 ESPN had plenty to say.
I mean, is it fair to say maybe some of the biggest news in decades here in LA?
It was breaking news that shook the sports world.
The Buss family is entering an agreement to sell majority ownership of the Lakers to Mark Walter.
But one thing remains the same.
The heart of every Lakers fan beats through 710 ESPN.
Oh, my God, guys. What a day in Lakerland.
From shock to excitement.
From questions to confidence.
This now puts the Lakers in every conversation. Yeah. Now there isn't a player they can't afford.
The reaction started right here on 710 ESPN.
This is awesome.
New era for the purple and gold. Same home for the Los Angeles Lakers.
710 ESPN.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage. Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace. LA, it's time to get real. Jacob and Ronnie is the real deal. Injured? Unsure of who to trust? Call Jacob. He's recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars where other attorneys might settle immediately for pennies. Get a partner who's committed to turning your setback into a comeback. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, call Jacob.com. Jacob is the real deal.
Call Jacob.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon. Johnny I, the voice of your Lakers, which are now sold to the Dodgers. The reaction continues. The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon on 710 ESPN and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Speaking of Mark Walter, little nugget about the last night, Dodgers win again. Will Smith, walk-off home run.
One of the great at-bats of all time for a pinch hitter. Comes up and jacks the ball 400 feet down the left field line, just foul.
Yeah, just foul.
Next pitch, home run, right field.
Fantastic finish to that game. By the way, really good performance for Emmett Sheehan. Justin Robleski, because of the error on Max Muncy, the game ended up tied, but a walk-off for Will Smith.
Andy Paez got hit in the back. Do the Dodgers retaliate tonight?
No, I think Andy Paez recognizes that was just... Yeah, sometimes you just get hit. I will say this, John. We've talked about this 29-game stretch that the Dodgers have had against really good playoff teams.
Yeah, it's winding down.
7 with the Mets, 3 with the Yankees, 7 with the Padres, 3 with the Giants, 3 with the Gardos, 3 with the Cardinals. You know what their record is going into the final game of that 29-game stretch?
They've got a winning record, so the total's going to equal 28. I think they're going to be 16-12.
You're right there. 17-11. They're 17-11 during this stretch. They've opened up a 4.5-game lead on the Giants, and the Padres are fading fast as they lose 3 in a row and potentially a Dodger sweep. A 4-game sweep of the Padres for the Dodgers has not happened since 2009. So it's been a long time since the Dodgers have taken a 4-game series from the Padres. Could happen tonight.
All right, we'll take some more of your phone calls. Then we're going to do a little What's Up, Fool. Yeah. Here's Oscar in Baldwin Park. Hey, Oscar, you're on with Mason and Ireland. Hi.
What's up, OGs? Real quick, man, I love the Lakers. Diehard Laker fan, and I'm happy for the sale. God bless the Buss family. Jerry Buss, man, he made that the number 1 team in the world for the past 40 years. The only professional team that won 11 titles over a 40-year stretch. At least I think so. Jeannie, I think it shows the love Jeannie Buss truly has for the Lakers. She could have been stubborn and held on to them, but she knows that she had to bring them into the 21st century because for all the success they had been run like a mom-and-pop shop. So now I think it's just a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that we're not going to see, like the intangibles you guys are talking about, other coaches and scouts, whatever. But I think it's a good move, man. I think it's a good move, and I'm happy and excited. And, let's go.
Excellent.
Let's see what this does.
Very optimistic. Yeah.
By the way, he brought something up there. I'm going to become a big advocate for this. I don't know if I can get it done. It's not an original John Ireland idea.
This is not a John Ireland
but
original.
Now that the Lakers have been sold,
yeah,
I think the next statue should be Jerry Buss. And the question is, what should the statue be? A couple of ideas. One, Dr. Buss just stands there welcoming everybody, like arms open, come on in kind of thing. Number two, Dr. Buss at a poker table with 4 aces and a king.
That's
good. Like
good.
he could actually be holding the cards. Number three, Dr. Buss with a beautiful woman on each arm.
That's
to
probably
celebrate his prowess with young women across Los Angeles.
I'd say option 1 and 2 are possible.
What's wrong with
option 3 is just not going to happen.
Why not?
Because if he has his arms spread, then a lady can go up and get her picture taken.
There you go. Good point.
That way.
Good point. Maybe one girl and then an open spot
Sure,
where you can
an
be
open
the
spot
other
for
girl.
you. Yeah.
Here's Jack in Covina. Hey, Jack, you're on with Mason and Ireland. Hi.
Hey, this is a great show, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Jack.
man.
I can't wait for the West Covina thing. Hey, real quick, I do want to go a little bit into Rob Pelinka. I know that people have been talking about it. He's been there 8 years. He's leaving behind a mess. He traded Zubac, but you blame Magic, so okay.
Wait a minute, Jack. Jack.
Okay, hang on. Jack, we're not going to hang up on you.
We're not going to hang up.
But
let's take these one at a time. Magic traded Ivica Zubac, and that's it. That Magic made that trade. I don't know. I mean, why don't you believe that?
Because Pelinka was there for 2 years, and he had no pull. Then what is he there for? He's there for 2 years. They trade Zubac, and then you blame Magic. But okay, what about Westbrook? What about Kuzma and KCP? What about the Brooke Lopez thing? What about Danny Green for Schroeder, and then Schroeder leaves at the end of the year, and we lose a first rounder? Marc Gasol. I mean, there's plenty of these guys. Just understand he's not the best guy for the job to rebuild the team. I don't think you can defend that.
Okay, do you really think this is not really a rebuild? I mean, they
have Luka and LeBron,
right? And I thought they were going to win in the first round. I thought for sure they were beating Minnesota. It's not as desperate as you make it seem. There,
yeah. I don't. And you guys can continue. I mean, Rob gets judged. It's a performance-based business.
Right.
You know, he won a title 2 years after missing the playoffs.
Yep.
2 years after Magic walked out.
Yeah.
So, and by the way.
But we're expecting another call from him next week about Mike Muscala and Ivica Zubac.
Yeah, it was Magic that took Lonzo over Jason Tatum.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't get this. Like, if it's good, it must have been Magic, and if it's bad, it must have been Rob. They were in the office together, but Magic had final say. Robert, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hi.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Robert.
Hey, let's talk about the Lakers lineup for next year.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm kind of getting tired of hearing about AR getting traded. I don't think that's the solution. I think the Lakers need to make LeBron James the sixth man. They need to start DFS.
Okay.
And of course,
I've got to hang up on this guy. I mean,
second team All NBA, and you want him to be the sixth man.
I mean,
second team All NBA. Let's bring him off the bench.
Are you kidding me?
The
level of disrespect for LeBron in this town is staggering.
It really is.
Make LeBron the sixth man. Do me a favor, never call here again. Mateo in Woodland Hills. Mateo, you're on with Mason and Ireland. Hi.
Before I do my Laker take, I got to give a little grief to John.
Okay.
John, a week ago or 2 weeks ago during this Dodger stretch, you agreed with Bill Plaschke's absurd column that.
Well, wait a minute, Mateo. I bet Mason $5,000 in mythical money that Bill was right. I'm going to lose $5,000 over this one.
And one, I don't know how. I feel bad for Plaschke that he's got the condition he does, and I hope for the best for his health. But it's amazing how wrong he is on a daily basis in his columns, usually as a Debbie Downer, and still keeps the column. Because he said the Dodgers would be out of contention by this point, and we've tripled our lead. So that's one thing. Two, on the Lakers, John, you spent, a good part of this show defending the Buss era post Dr. Buss, who we can all agree was the best owner in sports. But if you look at the laundry list of things, you said the Lakers are inadequate over the last 10 to 12 years, from how they handled coaching decisions to having family members involved, these brothers that run scouting and development and keep missing on draft picks and free agent signees. And if you look at the way we embarrassed ourselves during the LaMarcus Aldridge free agent push, when Kevin Durant wouldn't even consider coming to the Lakers, the way we handled the Mike Brown and D'Antoni and Phil Jackson debacle in the coaching search, not having a real front office, not having real scouting. As nice as Jeannie is, and she seems to be a great person, a great ambassador for the Lakers, we have a disaster of a front office. We don't have the, facilities or the analytics to compete with other teams like the Warriors. We didn't even give an olive branch to Jerry West to bring him back when he left Golden State and he went to the Clippers because of this petty infighting. Mark Walters, if anything, will bring stability, but will bring professionalism, and I doubt you'll ever hear of any Mark Walters family members running any departments. So with that, I just keep saying, don't hate on the Dodgers, John. I know you're a secret Orange County Angels fan, but give us some love sometimes.
No, okay, thanks, Mateo, for the phone call. I think that you can focus on all the mistakes that they've made.
Sure, and there have been mistakes.
But then you don't give them credit for the good things they've done.
Right.
And by the way, the fact that they sold for more money than any North American sports franchise ever is a reflection that they did something right.
Sure. They have built this worldwide brand. They have helped to build this worldwide brand. And that Buss name is synonymous with success. And I know there have been mistakes and they're going to get pointed out. But I think if you look at the history of the Buss family and even the history of the team since Jeannie took over from Jim, there are definite highlights, including a championship in 2020.
So I think I need to look this up for sure. But I think the team that has the most wins over the last 10 years in the NBA is the Clippers. Who would you have rather been for the past 10 years, the Clippers or the Lakers?
Sign me up for the Lakers experience.
Come on. Mark, you're on Sports Graffiti. Mark, go ahead.
Hey, it's time to play the Lakers in 5 song.
Yeah. Lakers in 5 song.
Let's hear it.
Well, we need to dig it up, Mark, but thanks for bringing it up.
No, I definitely got it there somewhere.
Yeah, just a matter of, we need more than a immediate, hey, we don't have everything at our fingertips.
Do you have it there, Brad? You have the Lakers in 5 song? I'm trying to find it. I forgot.
Well, I think we have to break anyway. Let's look for it during the break.
Yeah, all right. We'll have it next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Jacob Bimrani. Boy, he was on the show yesterday. He is fired up, and for good reason. Turning the page on the Lakers organization, new era. And, he sent me this message today. He says, you know what nobody prepares for is an accident. And then the stuff that comes after the accident. You're hurt and your car's wrecked and the bills start piling up and you feel stuck. But I saw one of Jacob Bimrani's billboards, and he sent me a picture of it. It says, enjoy the now. It's a reminder that the present still matters even in the chaos. Jacob understands better than anybody. He's built a legal team that handles everything so you can get back with your life. You won't be alone. You won't be stuck, and you won't pay a dime unless he wins your case. So take a deep breath and make the call. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And don't forget, Jacob, proud to support our LA teams, the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC, and the people of this city every single day. You can follow them on Instagram and Facebook for inspiring stories and support and prizes and all kinds of stuff. The handle is @call.jacob. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Can Oklahoma City close it out tonight? Game 6 of the NBA Finals in Indiana as the Pacers fight to stay alive, and OKC looks to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Coverage starts at 5:30 p.m. tonight. Game 6 of the NBA Finals on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN, thanks to Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. And Chumba Casino. And Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Meanwhile, Sedano and Cap will continue until 6 p.m. on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN. Be sure to catch Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, weekday afternoons at 1 p.m. on Mason and Ireland. Sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at Walk United LA.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the industry's idea of a healthier tomorrow, where vapes are deemed safer. Never mind, they can contain cancer-causing arsenic and lead. And they're anti-aging, because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the deadliest industry can rebrand itself as your friend.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808. Or go to JourneyBuildersInc.com.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, guys, I'll start here.
Cool.
So, Mason, good news for you because
what is it?
As we know, you are a big fan of the TikTok, as you
I
like to call
love
it.
you can follow me at Venice Mace, M-A-S-E. I love the TikTok.
The TikTok. So it has another 90 days because, you know, that there's been bans and all this other stuff. But my question is, do you really think TikTok will ever go away?
I do not. I don't think TikTok will ever go away. I think they'll find a way to work out this whole buyer, U.S. buyer, international buyer, so that it's allowed to continue, and we're not just handing off information to the Chinese. I don't think TikTok is going anywhere.
What about you, John? Do you think? I know
I'm
you're
not
not
a
on the
TikTok
TikTok
guy. Will never be a TikTok guy.
Although you did bring in a clip from TikTok
That's
yesterday.
because
I was
Lisa
surprised.
sent it to me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shout out to the wife.
But do you think it'll ever be banned?
No.
No, I don't either.
Too much money in it.
Yep, too much money.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys. So my brother-in-law here is hopefully trying to go to Game 7 if there is in OKC.
Oh, wow.
His
Does
best
he live
friend-
out there?
No, his best friend is like
This
a
is
diehard
Allison's
Thunder fan.
brother?
Yes.
Okay.
So here's the conundrum that they were in. So they had tickets to Game 5, and they had the hotel, plane, tickets, all that stuff. Decided to cancel it after Game 4 when the series went 2-2.
Right.
Okay, strategic play. I can see
Hoping that
that.
it goes to a Game 7. And I saw them this morning, and they're kind of stressing. They're praying.
They're
that
Thunder fans,
yes,
right?
Yes. So
Okay.
they're praying that the Pacers come out and win this one.
So they
can-
want the Pacers to win so that they go to
could go to
Game
Game
7.
7,
Even
right.
though they're Thunder fans, they don't want them to wrap it up at Indy.
Exactly. So here's my question, though. So they had
So-
ticket in hand for Game 5, plane tickets, everything.
That puts them in a weird spot because they're rooting
Right.
against their team
Exactly.
tonight.
If you had this option, Game 5, Game 7, would you take the sure thing and go to Game 5, or would you have done the same play and hope to
I
go
think
to
they
that
played it
clinching
right.
game?
I think what you want to be there for is the clinching game. And, Game 5 couldn't have clinched once it went
Right,
2-2.
couldn't have. But at least you could have gone to a game, right? You could have at least been to a game. Right now, they're at risk of not seeing any of the Thunder games if Indiana wins tonight. So, yeah, I mean, it's tricky when you get into those series. And by the way, for the Thunder, you don't want to mess around with a Game 7 because weird stuff happens in a Game 7. I'd say wrap it up tonight.
I think they will wrap it up
I do
tonight,
too.
particularly if do you guys think Halliburton should play?
I don't know. It's a game time decision. Sounds. Brian Windhorst says he's probably going to. I don't know what he's got.
Yeah, if he's not 100%, I think it's selfish for him to play. Let T.J. McConnell play. He was great in Game 4 or Game 5. Yeah.
What's up, Foo? All right, guys. So I just saw that the Rose Bowl will replace the 4th of July fireworks with drone show due to fire concerns, which, of course, we know what happened. Yes,
sure.
Understandably so. But as much as I think drones are super cool, I just don't think they have the same wow factor as fireworks. Are you guys fan of the drone shows? Obviously, here we understand what happened in LA and the fires, but would you guys prefer fireworks? Like if not with the Rose Bowl, but just in general, because I know LA does drone shows too versus fireworks. Are you fans of the drone shows?
I got to tell you, have never seen a drone show.
They're cool.
Not in person, not on TV.
What?
Didn't even know was a thing. Brian, you're nodding. Are you the same as me?
I've seen
Isn't
them
it every other Friday at Dodger Stadium they do drones?
I've never seen them in person, only online and all this cool stuff that they do. But it's one thing I do want to see in person, actually.
They did them at the Super Bowl. The one year I was there up in Santa Clara, they did a drone show when Bruno Mars was singing. The Dodgers, is it every other Friday? Don't they go drones,
think they do
fireworks, drones,
So
fireworks?
I've been able to see some at Dodger Stadium. It is cool. It is cool. I'm not going to lie, but it doesn't have the
there's
same.
nothing like fireworks are incredible. Fireworks can be really, really amazing. Like we had kind of a very, very dangerous homemade fireworks situation. We didn't make it. They made it for us down in El Salvador one year for New Year's, and I'm telling you, fireworks are spectacular.
Yeah.
So I would say always fireworks, but I understand the fire issue, and if that's a real thing, then give me those little robot planes.
So in Idaho, they shoot fireworks, but only over the lake. So they can't. So nothing could catch on fire.
Okay, that makes sense.
They take a barge out to the middle of the lake and they fire up the fireworks, and that's how.
Well, that's like when I go to the fireworks in Marina Del Rey for 4th of July. Again,
You do
you're
over the water.
Over the water.
Yeah, that's the way to solve that problem. And I'm with you. Fireworks shows are great.
I know, like Michael Thompson will send me like videos of when the fireworks are going off around his area. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
nice.
Well, plus he lives in a beachside estate.
Right. He's doing it from his pool inside his house.
I know. It's pretty cool though.
All right, is that it? Or you got one more, Brian?
What's up?
I got one more here
Okay.
for you. So I thought this was pretty funny. I saw this before the show. So Tommy DeVito yesterday came out and said
Backup quarterback for the Giants.
Right. Him
Yeah.
and rookie QB Jackson Dart on their off days have been watching Love Island together.
Okay.
And they've even talked about, hey, how fun would this be if us two were on Love Island? So my question here is there any athlete that you would watch on Love Island? Like, is there somebody, from the Lakers, Rams, that would get you to actually tune into the show? Yeah, I was kind of thinking Puka, but then I heard he actually already has a lady.
Yeah, Puka
so,
does have a lady.
Austin Reeves, I thought would be good. Jared Verse, some of these guys are good personalities.
Austin Reeves has been.
Kobe Turner would be good.
Oh, he would.
He's
be
got
good
the
on that.
singing. He's got the music thing.
No, we need somebody that's a little crazy.
That's
that's
what
what
I
I'm
was
trying to
thinking.
All right,
with
how
Puka.
about
I think he's taken,
How about
though.
Antonio Brown? Can we put him in there?
He's wanted for
going
murder.
No.
is
He
he
said,
not?
didn't that get resolved?
I don't.
I think it just happened not so long ago, but I
know,
think
like a
Kobe
week ago,
Turner
but,
is taken, Mace.
Kobe Turner's taken?
I think so, yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, okay. So if Antonio Brown has too much baggage, is Dennis Rodman too old?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one to watch, though. Yeah.
Past his prime, sir.
Draymond?
No.
How about Anthony Edwards? He's 23.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
I
that's
feel
a
like.
good one.
But
got
he
a lot
has
of
a
charisma.
lot of...
Yeah, but
Yeah.
That's what you want for these kind
Oh
of
no,
shows.
I got
You
it.
want
I got it.
colorful.
No, I got who we should put on there.
Who?
Nick Cannon.
Oh,
Nick Cannon
God,
would be
another
great.
one?
Nick Cannon would be great. By the
Careful,
way,
ladies.
according to everything I'm reading, Antonio Brown wanted in Miami-Dade County on charge of
Wait,
attempted murder.
I mean,
According to court documents, he's escaped to the Middle East.
What?
Yeah, this happened like not so long ago.
Yeah,
I know he was denying it. I didn't know he fled the country.
Since the warrant was issued on June the 11th, the former NFL star has been traveling in the Middle East and remains overseas. He is not considered on the run as Brown's trip began with a warrant. warrant that was anyway.
He's not on.
Probably not good for Love Island.
He's not on the run.
It's this weird.
Although
I mean,
they do film
it'd be
Love Island
awfully
elsewhere.
it would also be awfully hard for Antonio Brown to hide. Everybody knows what he looks like.
But maybe not in the Middle East.
Is Tom Brady too old, Laura, for Love Island?
Yeah, he's too square for me.
What about
doesn't
Kim
have-
Kardashian? Can we send girls in there?
You can.
Kim Kardashian.
No, send one of the newer models.
Well, the ones with
The newer model.
the ones with Chalamet and the other ones with Devin Booker.
Oh, okay, so they're out.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah. Love Island, I would have watched, except somebody told me it's on 6 nights a week.
You said.
Yeah, I did. It is on 6 nights a week.
Who the hell's got that kind of time?
Brian?
I've been watching it with my wife.
Get out of here.
That a boy, Brian. Never been prouder of you.
It is pure entertainment. I don't think I've laughed
What
so
network
hard.
is it on?
It's on Peacock.
And what is the angle? These people all go to the island.
Yeah, they try to couple up, but the end goal for them is one couple wins money. So voted on by, I think, America, I'm pretty sure.
Voted by America.
You gotta, you want to be good on the show.
According
and
to
you win
science.
money.
According to science, 6 nights a week is too much for me.
It's hilarious, though. I will say that.
All right, there you have it. There is your What's Up Fool. We're going to return to the main course, which is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, by the way, Laura looked it up. I was wrong about the Clippers being the team over the past 10 years. She tweeted it.
I did not see it. What was it?
Don't look it up.
Okay.
3 teams have won. Clippers are 4th over the last 10 years in most wins.
Yeah.
3 teams, 2 in the East, 1 in the West. Go.
Golden State.
Correct.
That's
the West, so 2 in the East.
2 in the East. Let's go.
Brian, you got a guess?
Bucks.
Correct.
Celtics?
Number 1.
There you go.
So it's Bucks, Warriors, or no, it's Celtics, Warriors, Bucks, Clippers.
Okay. Where'd we finish?
Last 10 years? No, we had all those losing seasons.
Oh, that's right. We had those bad years.
17th.
17th.
There you go.
All right. Coming up next for you, we'll get your phone calls in here, 877-710-ESPN. We've been talking all day about the major news that broke yesterday. Mark Walter has purchased the Los Angeles Lakers for a very casual $10 billion. 877-710-ESPN. Mason and Ireland, 710-ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station. New era, same home.
This could launch the Lakers into the stratosphere.
The Lake Show have a new ownership group led by Mark Walter.
And 710 ESPN had plenty to say.
I mean, is it fair to say maybe some of the biggest news in decades here in LA?
It was breaking news that shook the sports world.
The Buss family is entering an agreement to sell majority ownership of the Lakers to Mark Walter.
But one thing remains the same.
The heart of every Lakers fan beats through 710 ESPN.
Oh, my God, guys. What a day in Lakerland.
From shock to excitement.
From questions to confidence.
This now puts the Lakers in every conversation. Yeah. Now there isn't a player they can't afford.
The reaction started right here on 710 ESPN.
This is awesome. New era for the purple and gold. Same home for the Los Angeles Lakers.
710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RADIO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon. Johnny I, the voice of your Lakers, which are now sold to the Dodgers. The reaction continues. The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon on 710 ESPN and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Mason and Ireland, Mason and Ireland,
Mason and Ireland.
You little Lakers for life, Lakers for life, Lakers for life. You little.
I like that. So, obviously, the main course today, the big subject of the day is the Los Angeles Lakers have been purchased by Mark Walter, the Buss family. After years of sort of speculation, why haven't they, why wouldn't they, all that kind of stuff, finally do agree to terms on a deal for $10 billion. Before we get to your calls here, I want to mention ESPN LA's Legends Launch, presented by Legends Attic, part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday night on July the 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Step up to the plate, take your shot, and a high-energy challenge to hit as many balls as you can in 90 seconds. Bring your own bat and helmet. Bring that big swing because spots are limited. Head to ESPNLA.com right now to reserve your spot. Step up, swing big, be legendary.
All right, we're taking your phone calls on this Lakers sale, and we're back to the phones now with Brian. Hey, Brian, you're on with Mason and Ireland. What do you got?
So what I have to say about it is the Lakers, I believe, 15-year ago anniversary was beating the Celtics. I believe that was yesterday or the day before.
Yep,
right?
2010.
I'm not wrong on that. Now, my thing is that was the last title that Dr. Jerry Buss won with the Lakers. Thankfully, he got to see us beat the Celtics one last time. Rest in peace to him. And following that was the beginning of the downfall. If my memory is correct, I believe the following year we got swept to the Mavericks in that pretty bad series there, I believe.
Yeah, they won in the first round. They beat Denver in the first round in 2011, and then they got swept in the second round by the Mavs, who went on to win the title.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. And then after that, it was just bad. Obviously, eventually, Kobe started getting older, tore his Achilles with Mike D'Antoni, getting worked pretty hard there. And it was just a downward spiral. We were never able to recover as a franchise. We had not bad lottery picks. We had bad record that gave us a lottery picks that turned into Randall, Russell, Ingram. They all turned out to be pretty good players, but we never got to get that big-time player to turn this around into a competitor until we got LeBron James. And we did win a title in the bubble. A lot of people discredit that. I don't.
Yep.
But my main point for this call was, do you believe because LeBron James came over here and helped us get that ring, that kind of in a way saved Jeannie Buss's image as an owner with the Lakers? Because think about it. What if we never got a ring with LeBron or he never came and we kept just being bad year after year under Jeannie Buss? Would she have sold the team sooner? Did that buy her more time? What does LeBron's legacy do for Jeannie Buss on a respect level? Not her included with her dad, but her by herself as the main owner.
All right, thanks. I think it's all part of the same package, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the Jeannie Buss of it is that they were able to get LeBron here. The Jeannie Buss of it is that they were able to trade for Luka. That's also the Rob Pelinka of it. We're in the middle of a period that's going to be transitional as we move towards whatever this new era is going to be. But they had some rough years. They had that terrible stretch that
Right. But if you judge the Lakers as a business,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
they've been phenomenally successful. The TV deal alone is
biggest TV deal in the NBA.
Remember they were on KCAL and Fox Sports West, and Spectrum came in and said, we'll give you billions if you let us take all the games.
And a whole network is yours.
Yeah, and they did it. Here's Freddie. Hey, Freddie, you're on with Mason and Ireland. What's up?
Hey, guys. So I've been hearing all this, like, oh, it's a great day in L.A. Hasn't it been great with the Buss family? They've been doing good under their stewardship.
It's
not like...
I will say that they have been, but the league is changing. You get that, right?
Right. But there's still the restrictions. You got to match salaries. I mean, the players run the league. I mean, players haven't been wanting to come over here because of maybe LeBron. I mean, let's just face it, guys. I mean, Clutch runs that team right now. So
Wait a minute, Freddie, if Clutch runs the team, how did Anthony Davis, Clutch's second biggest client, get traded?
Because that was a no-brainer. You had to make that.
But you just said Clutch runs the team. Their second biggest client is Anthony Davis, and the Lakers traded him. And if Clutch was running the team, that never would happen.
Right.
Why? I mean, he didn't want to be traded.
Freddie, who is the future of the Lakers right now? It's Luka. Luka is the future.
Yeah. Here's John. Hey, John, you're on with Mason in Ireland. What's up?
Not much. I appreciate you guys. I've been a fan of you guys for a long time.
Thanks, John.
Okay, here's the deal. You got the guys with the big pockets. Time to go out and get Giannis, what a big man you need. Or, heck, even get Cooper Rush. I mean, just get Lakers over the hump. What do you think?
Cooper Flag, you mean?
Cooper Flag, yeah. I'm sure they'll make that deal right away.
Yeah, Cooper Rush is a quarterback right?
with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, I mean, this is not going to be super easy. It's not just like, I got a text from somebody last night. Can we get Giannis now? No. No, we can't. It's not like that. It's not like we can now go out and trade for and sign every single player out there because there are restrictions. Now, if they ever do get to the point where they're close to that second apron, it may be that Mark Walter doesn't care so much. He may be willing to pay the way Joe Lacob did for a number of years with the Golden State Warriors.
Here's Cam. Hey, Cam, you're on with Mason in Ireland. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all these people that like hate LeBron and hate Pelinka. It's like, are you guys actually Laker fans? Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
I've been a Laker fan since 1990, so I was 5 years old. Sorry, cut you off.
I was going to say, people need something to complain about, and for whatever reason, people have been dumping on Pelinka here. I don't get it. I think that, again, put together a team that won the title, was able to land LeBron, was able to make the trade for Luka. I mean, we've got a transcendent player to lead this franchise into the future, and Rob Pelinka deserves credit for that.
And I've told this story many times, Cam, but I'll tell it again for all the people bashing Pelinka. In 2020, when the Lakers won the title, people forget that in January of that year, and this was right before COVID, was the Kobe tragedy.
Yep.
And all of us that worked for the Lakers were convinced that Rob was going to take a leave of absence because Kobe was his best friend, Gigi was his goddaughter, and his life had just been basically devastated. Kobe dies in a helicopter crash. Gigi dies with him. Everybody would have completely understood if Rob just said, hey, I need a mourning period and I'm going to take it off. Not only did he not do that, he went to the bubble with the team because they could only get a certain amount of people cleared. Like, for example, Michael and I couldn't go down there.
Right, there was a restriction on the number of people that could go into the bubble.
And because of that, Rob went to practice every day and was the ball boy. He rebounded for these guys because they couldn't take the ball boys and the locker room attendants.
Sure.
He didn't take a leave of absence. He stayed with the team, lived with them down there in the ball, and they won the title.
Right.
And then none of us knew back then. I'll just speak for myself. I didn't know if it was okay to come on the radio or go on TV and talk about Kobe. I didn't know if that was disrespectful to Vanessa. I didn't know if that was disrespectful to Gigi. I didn't know if I was hurting the Bryant family's feelings if I went on the air and mourned publicly.
Right.
Rob had the wherewithal, had the smarts, along with Jeannie. They wrote an email to everybody in the Laker organization and went, hey, I know everybody's wondering. Yes, talk about Gigi, talk about Kobe. Rob had the best line of that whole thing. He said, we are the torchbearers of their legacy. Mm-hmm. We got to keep their memory alive. He handled it brilliantly, Cam. And you know how many Executive of the Year votes he got after doing all that? Zero. Because the other people hate him because he used to be an agent.
Right.
And so I think for people that are judging Rob on one or two bad trades, you could do that with any GM in the league.
I could do that with Andrew Friedman. And there have been mistakes.
Yeah, it's just it's to me,
Michael Conforto.
I mean,
$17 million. Of course the Dodgers occasionally miss.
So for everybody who wants to complain about the Westbrook trade, then do you not give him credit for knocking on Austin Reeves' door the second the draft was over and saying, we want you here?
Yeah, right.
And getting an undrafted player that now is a starter in the league?
Yep.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think everybody needs somebody to dump on.
There it is.
And there it is. All right.
And more dumping coming up next.
Yeah, you want to dump on somebody? We'll do it coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Can Oklahoma City close it out tonight? Game 6 of the NBA Finals in Indiana as the Pacers fight to stay alive, and OKC looks to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Coverage starts at 5:30 p.m. tonight. Game 6 of the NBA Finals on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN, thanks to Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. And Chumba Casino. And Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Meanwhile, Sedano and Cap will continue until 6 p.m. on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app. The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
Hey, it's Cap. Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, no commissions, no open houses, and no costly repairs. With Seller's Advantage, we'll make you a fair, competitive cash offer with no surprises. Check out what one of the sellers had to say. Seller's Advantage was a lot easier, faster, and more rewarding than listing my house. I worried about getting a low offer, but theirs matched the value I was hoping for and much higher than their competitors. They gave me time to decide, and the process was friendly, fast, and anxiety-free. I highly recommend Seller's Advantage. Call Seller's Advantage today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free, no obligation cash offer. That's sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protected by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from refilings.com.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon. More reaction as we react to the news that the Lakers are being sold to the Dodgers. All of that and so much more, your Thursday edition of Mason and Ireland continues on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
So funny. Every day I walk in here, I see the two softball teams that are going to play on July the 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. And I'm like, Cappy's team is awful. And I've got both professional athletes. How did I get both professional athletes?
Yeah, do you have a 10-run rule in this game?
No,
you guys,
we're going to mercy rule that thing. Right, Brian? That's going to be a mercy
I think that's
rule.
what happened last year. So
Exactly.
your team, though.
My team got mercy rule. This year, I'm the mercy rule guy. All right, 877-710-ESPN, talking about one of the biggest stories that has hit us in a very long time. The Los Angeles Lakers have been sold. The Buss family has sold the Los Angeles Lakers to Mark Walter, who also happens to be the owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, has make the playoffs every year, 4 World Series, 1, 2. I mean, an established track record. The other thing about Mark Walter is he's a behind-the-scenes guy. He's not going to be doing interviews. He's not going to be out front. He's a guy that gets really good people and then lets them do what they're good at. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Dodgers have been so successful.
CJ, you're on with Mason and Ireland. CJ, what do you got?
Good afternoon, fellas.
Good afternoon.
Hey, look, first of all, I want to put in an application to be a regular caller. I get off from work every day and listen to you guys. You're entertaining. That's why you're the best sports show out here in California, in fact, in the world.
Well, thank you, CJ. That's very nice.
To all these so-called, and I'll put an asterisk by it, so-called Laker fans, we should be rejoicing. And then before I go any further, did Chris Morales just said that the Dodgers purchased the Lakers?
Yes, he did. Yes, the Dodgers purchased the Lakers.
That sounds like something Chris would say.
Kind of Morales-like, yeah.
Mark Walters and the Guggenheim Group have the best resources to build this team, not into a great team, but a juggernaut of a team. And some of these callers are ridiculous. Rob Pelinka, I like Rob Pelinka. He made one mistake after the championship game, but then he got back on track, got some doggone serviceable players, and we wind up being third in the playoffs, even though we lost to the Minnesota. Rob Pelinka's job is safe as far as I'm concerned, and probably as far as Mark Walters is concerned, if that's going to be in the future.
All right.
We're going to keep JJ. JJ's systems work. He proved it. These guys went out and they played their tails off to get into the playoffs. What I'm stressing is that the Lakers now have the resources to do what they have to do to make this team the second juggernaut in L.A. And, fellas, you guys have a wonderful – I love listening to you guys.
Thank you,
Thank
CJ.
you, CJ. Have a great day, man. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
I was going to say one thing. The one thing that the Dodgers do really well, stability. They do stability so well. Dave Roberts has been there now, how many years?
12, I think.
12 years. And look, they just grind. The front office, the same.
In the
Guys
last
don't
12
leave.
years, the Lakers have had 5 or 6 coaches.
I mean, I think that this is something, and I am a big JJ believer. I think this is something that the new Lakers regime is going to take seriously. I think he is the right guy for this job.
Don, you're on Mason and Ireland. Hey, Don, how are you?
Hey, good, guys. Long-time listener, 99th time caller.
99th time. Nice to hear from you again.
I just want to say, you know what? I love the management of the Dodgers, and I think that they'll do the same thing with the Lakers. But my fear is prices. I mean, my God, with that much of an investment, I just feel like everything's going to go through the roof. So I'm going to be shopping for a really big TV because my days of going to anything are pretty much over.
Well, it's a fair point, and the Dodger games are expensive. But you know what? The Dodgers are going to break the all-time attendance record.
Yeah, they
this
just
year.
passed 2 million last night.
And even with all the price increases and the concessions and the tickets, because they're so good, and because they have Shohei and because they have Mookie and because they have Freddie Freeman, people pay to see them.
And I think also the Dodgers, and if you go and look at all the signage at Dodger Stadium, they have maximized revenue. That's the one thing that I think the Lakers are going to be good at. And I'm not saying that they're leaving money on the table, but I think they're going to be able to maximize revenue. I also wonder about the synergy between the two organizations. Is there going to be synergy between the Dodgers and the Lakers in terms of worldwide brands? That association, I think, is really good for both organizations.
Yeah, I think there's got to be some I mean, I'm trying to think about other people that own two teams. Like Josh Harris owns the Sixers and the Commanders.
Right. What's Stan Kroenke owns the
Nuggets and the Rams.
Right.
And there is, like, Kevin Demoff runs both franchises.
Yep.
So I wonder if something like that will happen with the Lakers. Here's Alex. Hey, Alex, you're on with Mason in Ireland. Hi.
So now that the Lakers have been sold, do you guys think it will affect this summer's draft in any way?
Yeah, that's a good question. No, I don't. I don't think it's going to affect the draft. The draft is just when is the draft? A couple weeks away?
Next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to affect the Lakers at all. It won't affect the draft. Where it will make a difference, I think, is long term. We're going to see a transition to the new organization, and I don't even know, John. Do you think it has any impact on the roster for this year? Whatever happens this summer, is Mark Walter, is somebody besides Rob involved in making key decisions during this summer?
It's a good question. I think it'll probably take a couple of years for us to notice.
Right.
But yeah, I think that good things could happen.
And I think too, I mean, and this is speaking to Rob now. I'm not speaking to him, but speaking about him. Ned Colletti continued on as the general manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers for 3 years after Mark Walter acquired them. So I don't think Rob Pelinka is going anywhere. He may get some other people in the room, but I don't think he's going anywhere.
All right, let's take a break. We'll take some more of your phone calls. We'll play Game of Games today.
Yeah,
we skipped it yesterday with the big announcement, but we'll do it today.
And I think it's Beto's game.
Has anyone seen Beto?
I have not.
No sign. I've got a game ready to go.
I got a game as well.
And Brian's got a game.
So we're covered.
We've got games. Oh, we got games. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, I hold in my hand a can of Pro Baller Energy in a Lakers can. And this is the official energy drink of the Lakers. Pro Baller is natural, healthier energy drink with 102 milligrams of natural caffeine and no crash. It's NSF certified for sports, meaning it's trusted by pro athletes. No matter what you do, if you're like me, you get up early, you play golf, you got to go to work, you got to be at that night. You drink one can of Pro Baller Energy, and you're going to feel better. It's available at Costco, select convenience stores, and online and Amazon. Pro Baller Energy drinks, champions. Choose clean energy.
All over the Bus family selling the Lakers.
How does Jeannie remain being the governor while not being majority owner?
She is in charge for the foreseeable future. I don't know how many years it is. I think it's more than one, more than two probably, maybe even three. I don't know how long that's written into the contract, but it's written in the contract.
The Bus family is passing the Showtime torch.
The home of the Lakers, 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Next Gen is the official heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans and is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Get ready to beat the summer heat with Next Gen. For a limited time, enjoy a free whole home air cleaner with any new AC installation. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to book your appointment. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Hey guys, let's talk about Prize Picks. But let's start off by saying this. Do you know ball? I mean, do you really know ball? Are you a ball knower? Well, there's only one series left in the playoffs, and the championship is officially on the line. That means time is running out for you to put your final takes to the test on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite basketball players from baseball to hockey to esports, and don't forget my favorite darts and much, much more. Prize Picks invented the flex play. I always play flex, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. So here's what I want you to do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You're going to get that $50 instantaneously when you make your first $5 lineup. That's code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Get that $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22 pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie. This grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon. Johnny I, the voice of your Lakers, which are now sold to the Dodgers. The reaction continues. The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon on 710 ESPN and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
All right, people, it's been a big day because everybody is talking about the Buss family selling the Los Angeles Lakers to Mark Walter, who is also the owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, who, by the way, won last night, made it 3 in a row against the Padres. They've opened up a 4.5-game lead on San Francisco, a 6-game lead on San Diego. And during this really tough stretch of 29 games where they had 7 against the Mets, 3 against the Yankees, 3 against the Cardinals, 3 against the Gardos, 7 against the Padres, and 3 against San Francisco, they have a 17-11 record.
Yeah,
so
they've been really good. And last night, they left Roblisky in there for, 5 innings?
5 innings, yeah. I mean, if Max Muncy had not made the error, I think he would have wiggled out of the thing. But, yeah. Right. But Will Smith saved the day with a walk-off in the bottom of the ninth.
Okay, a few more of your phone calls, then we'll play some game of games.
Yeah.
Ray, you're on with Mason and Ireland. Ray, what do you got?
Hopefully they will never get rid of John.
Well, I don't know if they will or not.
I think you're okay.
Well, they.
Well, I hope they keep John. But wait a minute. This is my problem with this. Why do you guys do this just because you critique somebody? I have 3 grown sons. They're in their 40s.
Okay.
I critique them. That doesn't mean I hate them. Just because somebody critiques LeBron or either Doncic, because I critique them because they complain too much to the refs.
Well, that's everybody,
though.
That's
not hate.
That's the league.
But wait a minute. There's a difference between critiquing someone, Ray, and calling for their head, which is what people do. Like a guy actually called the show today and said LeBron should be benched, that they should bring him on as the 6th man. I mean, LeBron was all NBA this year. He would start for any team in the league. I don't understand. Do you understand?
He doesn't need the rest.
No, he's in better shape than almost anybody in the league.
John, come on now. Come on, John. He's in his 40s. He's 40-something.
Dude, I mean, I know, but Ray,
he averages 26, 8, and 8.
He was 2nd team All NBA this year.
Critiquing somebody, please.
Well, what is your critique of LeBron?
Stop complaining to the refs.
But why do you direct that to him?
I mean, Luka complains more than LeBron.
Luka complains more.
He's learning from LeBron. Stop complaining to the refs. You don't complain to the police. When they stop you, shut your mouth, get the ticket, and then take it to court if there's a problem.
Yeah, that's actually good advice.
But you acknowledge this is not just a LeBron problem. I don't think any player in the NBA has ever committed a foul, according to them.
I don't see
Magic never did. Yeah, Magic never committed a foul. Ray, I understand there's a difference between criticism, but when they call for someone's head or call for LeBron to be benched, that's different than critique. They want these guys out of here. It doesn't make any sense. Here's Jay. Hey, Jay, you're on with Mason in Ireland. Hi.
Hey, guys. I was going to take the contrarian position here in a couple of different places.
Cool.
One, I think you guys did a good job in defending Rob. But one thing I would add is going back to the 2023 season, we were awful all season until the trade deadline, and Rob resurrected our season. We made it to the conference finals. Yeah, we got swept by Denver, but Denver was going to steamroll through anyone.
Right.
So I think Rob deserves a lot of credit. Secondly, I'm a big fan of Mark Walter taking over, but if I have to be contrarian, I come from a private equity background.
Yep.
I'd be really curious to see how this, what it's called the cap table on the deal, which means, all the other, think of that as an investor group, right? Who all put the money in? How much debt are they taking on the team?
Oh, I'm glad. I'm actually glad, Jay. I'm actually glad you brought this up because I think it's a really good point. Mark Walter is not paying $10 billion.
Right.
What he is paying is to increase his share to a controlling interest. So I think he already owned, before this, I think he already owned 27%. He may, Mace, just be going to 51.
Yeah.
So that means you would pay, it's a $10 billion value. This is a really good point by Jay. It's a $10 billion valuation. But you got to look at the term sheet to figure out exactly how much Mark Walter's paying, where the money's coming from, how much of it is all him. And Jay, I think that will all come out in the wash over the next few weeks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Sports Business Journal articles on this because I'm sure they'll do a deep dive once it becomes public.
Yeah, good point. Thanks for the call.
Thank you very much.
Here's Brian. Hey, Brian, you're on Sports Graffiti. Well, we're not really doing Sports Graffiti.
Yeah,
we're
it's
just
kind of
taking
Sports
calls.
Graffiti, yeah.
Hey, Brian, what's up?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's up, guys? So, listen, longtime Laker fan and Dodger fan here. So, I've personally seen the rise of the Dodgers and what the Guggenheim Group has done to them ever since 2012. I mean, I remember the Frank McCourt years, for God's sake. But my point is, I'm not worried about the on the court product. When I found out the news, I instantly started thinking about the potential of how the Dodgers are going to be run. They're pretty much going to become a juggernaut in that regard. But I do know it's a little bit different in basketball than baseball, salary cap, and all that. My only question is, what exactly is the difference, other than, like, the brand, obviously, but what's the difference between, let's say, like Steve Ballmer and Mark Walter? They're both, I don't know comparison money-wise, but I know they're both absurdly rich, and I know Steve Ballmer must pump a bunch of into resources behind the scenes of the Clippers.
Yep.
So what exactly is the difference between the two? Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks. Yeah, I think, by the way, the Clippers do have a beefy front office. They got a lot of people working in their front office, and having a lot of people doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win. It's going to help you win, particularly on the margins. But as John will point out, that players win. I look at the Dodgers. I looked at them last night. So Max Muncy, he was a free agent, scuffling AAA guy.
He was out of baseball.
Hae-Sung Kim. They found scouting internationally.
Right. Tommy Edman, they worked on for 5 years.
Andy Paz came up through the organization.
Yeah.
So they've got it's going to be a
So did Will
blend
Smith.
of things. Yeah, and so did Will Smith. So it's going to be a blend of things. Money doesn't solve every issue, but it's going to help them improve the roster on a yearly basis. All right, let's do a game of games. Hey, look, Beto's here.
Oh, he made it.
Awesome.
Good.
I heard Beto last night. He was on Lakers Talk last night with Andy Kamenetsky. And he's filling in with Shadano and Cap this afternoon. We're going to do Beto's game coming up next. In the meantime, I love my Hyundai. Oh, I had that long drive yesterday to Richard Krasnick's house out in Thousand Oaks. The nice thing is, when I was cruising back, I had my Hyundai Elantra. The drive was smooth. I've got that sport mode that lets me go. It is a fantastic car. And when I started working with the Southern California Hyundai dealers, I said, I'm going to drive everything. So I drove the Sonata. In fact, Ramona's brother ended up with a Sonata from the Southern California Hyundai dealers. I drove the Ioniq 6, which is an EV, which is crazy technology. No matter what SUV or car you buy from Hyundai. It includes the available class-exclusive digital key and the available remote smart parking assist. And because they want the road ahead to be as worry-free as possible, every Hyundai also comes complete with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. It's time you took a test drive of your favorite Hyundai, only at your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It was a seismic shift in Lakerland felt all around the sports world.
Now, all of a sudden, we're one of the richest owners in all the NBA.
Mark Walter is now leading a brand new Lakers ownership group.
The guy that owned the Dodgers bought the Lakers and caught just about everybody by surprise is exceptionally exciting.
When the news broke, LA turned to 710 for the passion and pride of the purple and gold.
New era, same home.
The home of the Lakers is 710 ESPN.
Want to play in the ESPN LA's second annual listeners game? Visit ESPNLA.com now for your chance to secure a roster spot. That's ESPNLA.com. Don't miss the chance to play for either Team Travis or Team DeMarco. Visit ESPNLA.com today, thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand.
For employers looking for their star players, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology works fast to find qualified candidates for your job, and you can invite your top choices to apply. It's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. Time for a full court press in your hiring game? Try for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Hey, it's Travis. Every legend has a story, and those stories are kept at Legends Attic in Claremont. Legends Attic is the premier sports memorabilia gallery and store that offers a unique blend of rare and iconic collectibles. It's a community for sports fans and collectors, so go check it out for yourself. Legends Attic, 619 West Foothill Boulevard in the city of Claremont. Visit legendsattic.com and be sure to follow Legends Attic on all social media platforms so you can stay connected to know about their upcoming signings and special events with Hall of Famers and pro players.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and we're lucky today because the great Beto Duran has created a game. Woo! Beto, welcome. This is, I believe, your second game now on Mason
I was
Ireland.
not here for your first game, which I heard was excellent.
Yes, I put a lot of work into this
Okay.
one. This is the one when I did a couple weeks ago when Mason decided to ditch me.
Okay.
So
good.
I just recycled it.
Yes.
I
All
actually
right, what's the topic of this game? It's 4 players, by the way. Brian Cohen, Laura Romo, Mace, and me. Here
And
we go.
Ireland, you keep a score, right?
Yep.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, I'll keep score. I'll give you order, too.
All
Go.
right, here we go. So this is about high schools or colleges. It's graduation season.
Yes.
A lot of people
Oh,
just
very
recently
good.
graduated.
Okay,
So
sure.
it's the alumni game. Where are these players? And I'm keeping it to baseball specific.
Okay.
Are they alumni of? Like
Got it.
you
Okay.
are.
Bowling Green State University.
All right, and you would be UCLA.
Gotcha.
Simple like that. All right, so let's get going. Freddie Freeman grew up in Orange County. The high school he went to was it. And mind you, all the answers are going to be alphabetical order.
Okay.
I'm not doing
Okay.
anything to trick you. They're all real answers.
Okay.
And there is no B, Laura. So don't go with your strategy.
Damn.
All right, here we go.
Freddie Freeman, El Dorado High School, El Modena High School, or El Toro High School?
Brian.
El Toro.
Laura.
A, El Dorado. B, El Modena.
Dorado.
Mace.
Dorado.
I'll go El Medina.
And it is El Medina.
Did you know
Ireland
it?
gets the first
Yeah,
one.
I did not
There
know
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
And Brian, I gave you this answer a couple weeks ago.
Wow, Brian, you're cheating and you can't get it right?
You too, Laura. You were there.
I'm sure I got it
I
wrong
was?
then.
Yes.
When?
Okay. Alex Vesia grew up in San Diego, but he went to this Division II university. Cal State East Bay, Cal State Monterey Bay, or San Francisco Bay University?
Laura.
Whatever the middle one was.
That would be Monterey Bay.
That one, sure.
I'm also going Monterey Bay.
What was A?
East Bay.
I'll go East Bay. Brian.
East Bay.
And it is East Bay.
Okay, that was lucky.
It used to be Cal State Hayward. It's now Cal State East
All right,
Bay.
so
They played
2 for
the league
me,
yesterday.
1 for Brian.
All right.
Laura and Mace yet to scratch.
Damn.
All right, go to college. Max Muncy from Texas. Did he go to Baylor, Lamar, or Rice? Baylor,
Mace,
Lamar,
this
or
one's you.
Rice?
Baylor.
I think it is Baylor. Brian.
Baylor.
Laura.
With the crowd.
There you go. That was an easy one, Laura. There
Okay,
we go.
So everybody's on the board now. Ireland 3, Brian 2, Laura and Mace 1.
All right, go to the coaching staff. For Dave Roberts, he went to UCLA, but he's from this high school: Escondido, Poway, or Vista. That was Hacksaw right there.
Okay.
Poway.
Poway. This one's me. I'll go Vista. Brian.
Vista.
Laura.
I'm also going Vista.
I think it is Vista.
It is North County Vista.
Yeah.
All right, because
Okay.
he said it on this show in your promo.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where I
That's
got
right.
it from. All right, here we go. Broadcasters. Joe Davis played Division III baseball and football at this university. Babson, Bard, or Beloit?
Brian.
Beloit.
Laura.
The first one.
Babson.
Yeah.
Mace.
Babson.
I'll go Beloit.
And it is Beloit.
I thought, who would make up
Brian and I-
Babson?
Babson
No,
is
that's why I was like, what?
It's a real school
Oh,
in,
it is.
in Boston.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Ireland
Boston.
5, Brian 4, Laura and Mace 2 each.
All right, Steven Nelson, TV radio
Oh, yeah.
for the Dodgers.
Does a great job.
From Huntington Beach. He went to this SCIAC school, Division III, here in Southern California. Chapman, Laverne, or Occidental? Chapman, Laverne, or Occidental?
Laura.
I'm going to go Occidental.
Mace.
Chapman.
I'm going Chapman. Brian.
Laverne.
And it is Chapman, home of the Parker Bells.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So Parker and Steven Nelson had a big powwow how they went to Chapman. They're great
How many
guys.
of these did you write?
I have 4 more.
Okay. We can
out.
still go in order. Here we go. No, you're not dead yet, Laura.
I'm like, I'm out.
You got to go opposite of me, though. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. Tyrone Taylor from the Mets and former Pirates catcher Jason Kendall attended this school in Torrance, California that also served as a school for Beverly Hills 90210. Is it South, Torrance, or West? South, Torrance, or West?
Mace.
West.
The 90210 thing is throwing me off because I thought that was in El Segundo.
Yeah.
I'm going to go south because I know that's an actual school. Brian.
Torrance.
Laura.
The south one.
And it is Torrance High.
That's what I missed.
That's where 90210 was filmed. Also, a lot of Freddie Prince movies there. I Know What You Did Last Summer, all that other good
Okay,
stuff. So
cool.
there. All right. Shane Bieber from Laguna Hills High School, pitcher for the Indians. Did he go to UC Irvine, UCLA, or UCSB?
This one, I'll go first. There's 3 left.
Yes.
Man, I know.
Laguna Hills. Is it UC Irvine, UCLA, or UCSB?
It's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to go UCLA. Brian.
Irvine.
Mace.
Irvine.
And it's
Laura. Laura.
I was going to say UCSB.
It is Santa Barbara.
Oh, it's Santa Barbara. Okay.
Are you the only one that got that?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
said it right, Brian, before he even opened his mouth. So
Okay, here we go.
All right. Cardinals. Lars Nootbaar went to
Yeah.
USC.
Okay.
Did he go to this beach school? Is it El Segundo, Santa Monica, or Venice? El Segundo, Santa Monica, or Venice for Lars Nootbaar?
Nootbaar.
What was the second one?
Bar.
El Segundo, Santa Monica, or Venice?
I'm going to go Santa Monica. Brian.
Venice.
Mace.
Show me Venice.
Laura.
Wait.
And it's.
Wait.
And
So
it's-
I have to go opposite of you, right? Because I was going to
And
say Santa Monica.
I went
so.
Santa Monica, so pick one of the other ones.
Venice or what's the other? El
Se-
Segundo. Also El Segundo.
And it is. I left my wallet in El Segundo. Lars Newport.
Oh, wow.
wow.
So Lars closed in here, right? What's the score?
Yeah, okay. So, Beto, there's 2 left or
Two
1
left.
Okay.
2 left.
The score is John 6, Brian 5, Laura 4, and Mace, you have 3, so you're out.
I'm out.
Okay.
All right. Angels Travis D'Arnaud and J.P. Crawford from the Mariners. They went to this school in the 5-6-2. Lakewood, Milliken, or Poly? Lakewood, Milliken, or Poly?
Oh, man, I don't know what to do here. I'm going to go Polly. Brian.
I'll take Lakewood.
Laura.
I'll take Milliken.
And it is Lakewood.
Oh, Brian tied it up.
Yeah.
Tied. So now, this is the last one.
This is the
All
last
right,
one.
Laura, you're out. Brian, you got to go first. You and I each have 6. Do you have a tiebreaker? if
I
you need
do.
it?
I
Okay.
have 2 tiebreakers
Okay,
if needed.
but Brian, this one's yours.
All right. Do I go old guys or current? Mason, you're out. Old or current?
Sign me up for old.
All right. There we go. Eddie Murray and Ozzie Smith were teammates back in 1973 at this school. Crenshaw, Fremont, or Locke?
Brian.
Hall of Famers on the same high school team.
Fremont.
I'm going Crenshaw. That's it.
And the winner is?
It's Locke.
Oh!
Nice.
Tiebreaker is now
Wow.
Locke,
Okay, we
home of the
both-
Saints. They
we
were
both
teammates.
missed it. All right,
Yeah.
Brian, you got something to write with? Got something to write on?
Come on,
All right,
Brian.
Beto, what's your tiebreaker?
All right, this is going to be your wheelhouse, John Ireland.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh, sorry, Brian.
Corona Del Mar High School has produced how many professional baseball players, guys that actually played an inning in the MLB?
Okay. Brian, I wrote down a number. What'd you write down?
24.
I wrote 4.
And it is 3. That was a lot.
Do you know who they are?
No, I don't.
I know one of them's Dave Brody, who I went to high school with.
I looked it up a couple weeks ago, but yeah. So congratulations,
All right.
Ireland. There's my game.
Beto, that game was good.
All right. I can't be here for Crosstalk. I have a phone call at 3, but I'll be
Okay.
back. Have a
And
good
by
show.
the way,
All right,
we're
boys.
doing a show together
July 3rd.
July 3rd.
Woo!
I've got a
Fireworks,
big,
baby.
Big countdown going on.
So when am I doing a show with you?
Lakers season starts October.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Thanks, Beto. That was good.
Yeah, thanks, Beto. Great job. Tomorrow, either Brian or I have the game. Ireland, you're
I'm
you
at
got a
wedding
wedding
tomorrow. Yeah.
Was it daytime? Is it like
Yeah. No. Well, it's 5:00
5:00? Yeah.
in Camarillo.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Jimbo Lull getting married.
Way
The
to go,
7-footer
Jimbo.
who lives across the street from me that I always talk
Oh, is that
about.
right?
Getting married tomorrow.
How tall is his?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Tristan. She's 6'5". She's a volleyball player.
6'5".
They look
wow,
great together.
That is fantastic. What a couple.
I'm sure his parents, Jimbo's parents, who are not overly tall.
Yes.
They're like our height.
Yep.
Were like probably worried. How is Jimbo ever going to find a girl that will look good standing next to him? He's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And this girl does.
6'5",
They look like
there you go.
They look like Cameron Brink and her fiance.
Oh,
they
that's
look great
fantastic.
together.
By the way, whenever we do Game of Games, it is brought to you by Jacob and Ronnie. Everybody loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anybody can fight, but Jacob is here for you when you need a big win after an accident. Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. John, I want you to look at your text machine right now.
Okay.
I had ChatGPT do something that I think could really, really be popular, a tourist attraction in
Who did this?
Los Angeles. Are you guys looking at it?
That's pretty great.
It is pretty damn great.
We're doing the finger
it's
guns.
even got the finger guns.
Oh, we need to make this happen.
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
If we get a statue, except we should put it someplace that's like not prominent. We should put it next to the bathroom like we were at that summer league.
Yes, absolutely.
So when you walk out of the bathroom, you have Mason and Ireland doing finger
Finger
guns.
guns.
at
Hey.
ya.
Yeah. I'll
Michael Roth, make this happen.
It's a beauty. It's a beauty. All right, so I see everybody's getting to roll in here in the room. I see Cappy's coming along. I think Shadano's going to check in from Indiana. By the way, tonight, I think we all agree that Oklahoma City does close out the series, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. I think they do.
I know they'd love a Game 7, but I just don't think it's there. And Tyrese Halliburton is listed as game-time decision. I heard Brian Windhorst today say that if you're listed game-time decision, probably you're going to play.
I heard he made 10 in a row in warm-ups.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so I think he's. I would if he's hurting at all, I would play T.J. McConnell. McConnell was better than him in Game 5.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I think that this has been
an award-winning show.
An award-winning show. I think there should be awards handed out. I will talk to the people. Cappy, you got an award for us? Yeah. I thought today was winner of a show. And we will do some super crosstalk next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All over the Bus family selling the Lakers.
How does Jeannie remain being the governor while not being majority owner?
She is in charge for the foreseeable future. I don't know how many years it is. I think it's more than one, more than two probably, maybe even three. I don't know how long that's written into the contract, but it's written in the contract.
The Bus family is passing the Showtime torch.
The home of the Lakers, 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Go! Oh, well. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Get a portable 9-band radio with flashlight when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 23rd.
Number 2.
Drew Baldridge, July 24th.
And the number 1 reason.
We're lighting up the sky at the Summer Bash. Celebrate the start of summer with a dazzling fireworks display. The 27th at 9 p.m.
Morongo, good times.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808 or go to journeybuildersinc.com.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Hey, Cappy's in the. Boy, I was listening to you guys yesterday.
Yeah.
Chew this story up. You were great. I heard Ramon on with you late in the show.
Yeah. I saw you guys, though, out yesterday. Were you guys in Woodland Hills?
We were in Thousand Oaks.
Yeah, we were pretty far out there.
Yeah.
We were like almost to Camarillo.
So, did you hand John your laptop to show him the report?
That's a good question.
Me your phone.
I handed him my phone and said, "Look at this."
Okay, I thought on social I saw that you handed the laptop, but you looked.
It was
John,
a laptop, Mace.
It was my laptop. Okay,
You looked shocked, like genuinely had no idea and didn't see this coming. Shocked.
I had a sense that this was possible. I was shocked by the timing.
Same, yeah.
I thought that it would be a year or two down the road. I knew this one day was coming, but I didn't think it was coming this soon. And that's why. So, were you listening to us when we were teasing it but couldn't report it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, what did you think it was?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about.
And were you like, was I guilty of hyperbole when I said if this breaks, it'll be the biggest story of 2025?
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. No, I heard that exact segment. But I think I kind of had a little inkling, but not yesterday.
Some listener complained. They said, if Mason and Ireland are talking about getting new contracts,
Oh,
and
God.
that's the big announcement,
Can you imagine?
I'd be like we would have been the worst
That would
guys
be
ever.
shameless.
Right.
Shameless.
But so we heard it was going to break at 5, but we didn't know if that meant 5.
No,
our
it was going to
time.
break at 2. We didn't know
Yeah.
if it was 2 Central Time,
yeah.
2 Eastern Time, 2 Pacific Time,
Yeah,
and it broke at 1:45.
Yeah, and then when it broke, it took over the show.
Yeah. I'm still. I say shocked, but not like. When I say shocked, I'm so surprised at the timing. You know, like why would the NBA, who obviously knows what's going on here, why would the NBA not say, let's just wait until after the
David
finals
Stern
are over?
would have. David Stern was real dictatorial about stuff like that. Didn't want to. And remember, I know baseball was like that too. They didn't want to announce any free agent signings during the World Series. Remember one year A-Rod announced his own trade or his own signing, and they were super mad at A-Rod for doing that. But these finals don't have the pop, the buzz that normal finals do. So I think this actually put a spotlight on the NBA.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because
this is a bigger story than anything going on at the finals.
Oh, far and away.
Yeah.
And I actually wonder if, my first instinct was, well, wouldn't the league be pissed that the Lakers would have stolen the headlines? But on the flip side, it's like, hey, is the world really, really into these finals? And if not, this is a huge story.
Let's spice it up.
Let's drive traffic towards the finals.
Yeah, that's interesting. Although, they make money on Game 6 and Game 7, right? Isn't that the fact? They're like the NBA offices are rooting for a Game 7 because they make more money, right?
Yeah, they're rooting for as many games as possible.
But if they feel like Indiana, you're Indiana Pacers, you're such an Indiana homer.
Oh,
if they're going down tonight, then at least we got Mark Walter to talk about, right?
I think Indiana wins tonight.
What?
Oh, really?
Why?
I mean, I don't.
Have
really,
you ever had a strained calf?
I mean, I don't really believe
Okay,
Indiana's
got
going to
it.
win tonight, but I have to roll with
Be
my
a homer.
guys.
Be a homer.
I got to roll with the guys that got me here.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of thinking that, one, Halliburton tries to go but can't really go. So they sit him down, which is probably what they should have done in the fourth quarter in Game 5. And then somebody steps up and just has massive heart, massive guts, underdog story. Nobody gives them a chance. Indiana shocks the world by taking it back to Game 7 in Oklahoma City. And then, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yes, that's what I'm rooting for.
Right.
So that's what I'm predicting.
Okay.
But I would say
by the
this
way,
too.
I would hope it would be great if it happened. Game 7s are really fun. I think OKC closes
But
them out.
Mace, if you were saying what I'm saying, I would say to you, do you really believe what you're selling?
Oh, well, I know you don't believe what you're
just
selling.
wanted to make
I
sure.
know that what you are selling is not
It's
real.
It's not what I really
You don't
believe.
really feel
No.
it.
So, Mace.
Yeah.
You know what Scott Foster's nickname is,
The
right?
extender.
Right,
Is he there tonight?
I look it up right now.
Is he?
The officials tonight. Zach Zarba.
Yep.
Who's the best ref in the league?
I always say that.
Tony Brothers.
Okay, come on.
David Guthrie. He's not even an alternate. Tyler Ford is the alternate.
Oh, man.
That's even worse news.
That means OKC closes it out tonight. They're not even bringing in the extender.
You guys think if Oklahoma City wins tonight, and everybody thinks they will, other than me, and I believe that, Mace, deep in my heart.
Yeah,
Stephen
deep
A.
in your
Smith
heart.
with you.
Stephen A.
Yes,
Smith,
Stephen A.
picking the
Smith.
Pacers.
It's going to be extended.
Do you guys let's say Oklahoma City wins.
Okay.
Just hypothetical. You guys think it's like a complete blowout, boring, not like you remember how when Minnesota lost to Oklahoma City in the final game of that series?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Minnesota laid down and died. Minnesota's like, why did we come back?
I would be surprised if Indiana rolls over at home.
Yeah.
If it was in Oklahoma City, I think it'd be a double-digit win. I think they win tonight by 6-8 points.
Yeah, I hope it's a game.
I hope Indiana wins. God, I hope Indiana wins.
Now, you went to the Dodger game last night?
I did.
Did you stay till the end? Be honest.
I swear to God.
You were there at the end.
Okay, here's
So
why.
did you think Will Smith's first, the one that got called foul, did you think that was a home run?
Yes, because that ball was hit down the left field line, but I was sitting so far out in right field.
That it looked like a home run.
Yeah, and plus, by the way, I was there at the game, but I just want to be clear, I didn't see the game. Okay, because I was so far away that I couldn't actually see what was going on. And I don't blame bad seats, I blame bad eyes.
Okay.
I did think Will Smith's first ball was a home run. And then the second one, the one that actually was the home run, it came out right to where we were. We could see the whole thing. I actually thought Tatis caught the ball.
It looked like it on TV, too.
And I thought he was like being like, I thought his sense of showmanship was out. And I thought he was like, I'm like, show the ball, man. Show the ball. He didn't have
then
it.
Did you see the fan holding the ball up?
Yeah.
The fan that caught it?
And I'll tell you, I went back and I watched like the slow-mo of it. I feel like a player of Tatis's magnitude and with the
Would've gotten
resume, I think he should have had it. And
Well, especially because it would have saved the game.
Yeah, and you have to step up and make plays like that when you're the best player on your team. And I guess you could argue Machado, Tatis, doesn't matter. But he's a Gold Glove winner, a Platinum Glove winner. He makes spectacular plays. I honestly thought he should have had the ball. Not could have, should have had the ball.
Hey, I want to bring something up about the Dodgers. That Mace, did you watch the game?
Yes, of course.
I'm not just saying this because I'm friends with him, and I am. Eric Karros is fantastic.
Yeah, he's been terrific in this series. Yeah.
It's as if you're watching the game with somebody who's not on TV. He'll tell you exactly what he thinks.
Yeah.
And like when Paez got hit in the back, he's like, I don't think I can defend that. If you're going to hit somebody, you got to be a little lower. You can't be up by his head.
Yeah.
He goes, this might start something. And then Paez and the pitcher ran by, and he goes, see that right there? See that? Look, they just exchanged. That means they're good.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have noticed that otherwise.
I don't think we can go wrong with Karros or Orel.
They're both great.
They're both terrific.
And I love Eric. I've known
I
Eric
like
for a long time,
Jess.
too.
I like Jessica Mendoza when she does the game.
No, I like Steven Nelson. They do a really good. I mean, they've got a really good broadcast team.
And that's Lon Rosen, who will probably come back and do some work with the Lakers now that Guggenheim's bought the Lakers. But Lon hires all the announcers.
Yep.
And he's got a really deep bench. And I was talking to him one day, and Lon really likes Charlie Steiner.
Yeah.
And Charlie's been hit with health problems.
Right. Yeah.
And so he can't. I mean, I don't think it's in the cards for him to come back this year, hopefully one day. But in the meantime, he's got all these guys, whether it be Steven Nelson or Tim Neverett or Karros or Hershiser or Mendoza or Joe Davis. And you can plug and play, and they're all great.
Yeah, and then after the game last night, because I did stay till the very end. And by the way, I want you to know, at the top of the ninth inning, it was 3-1. And I'm like, there's no chance the Padres are coming back. And even when the Padres had runners on first and second, it was 3-2. Bogarts was coming up, and I'm telling everybody around me, here comes a double play ball. I mean, this is what this guy does is he hits into double plays.
He was doubting him the whole game.
Right? DeAndre, the whole game. I'm like,
here comes Bogarts.
Yeah, here comes Bogarts. Right? And Bogarts winds up having this RBI that ties the game. So by not leaving, we actually got to see, Padres come back and then the Dodgers walk it off. But as we were leaving the game, you talk about all these announcers that the Dodgers have. It's great to see after the game Nomar Garciaparra with Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah, Adrian Gonzalez was
and our guy John Hartung leading the way.
Right.
Yeah.
And Adrian will come on with us today.
Oh,
at
nice.
5:15. Yeah. So a little bit later on in today's show, Adrian's going to stop by.
Awesome. Now, how does it feel to lose repeatedly?
It feels like what I thought it was going to feel like. Which
Really?
was
Did you expect it?
Oh, come on, man. Seriously. Like, top to bottom, the Dodgers are just so much better than the Padres. And honestly, like, as many injuries as the Dodgers have to their starting pitching staff, and the Padres have their fair share, too. Yu Darvish hasn't played yet this year. Michael King has gotten hurt.
Yep.
Joe Musgrove is not going to pitch this year. So they've got their own fair share of problems. But their relievers, Suarez
blew
and
up last night, gave up the big hit.
Yeah, and they're kind of a mess. And the other thing is that offensively, other than the 11-1 win they had over the Dodgers, which I think was Game 2 last week in San Diego.
And I think Dave kneecapped that game with the pitching.
That's when he went to Kike in the fourth.
Right. That was.
I don't think it was the fourth.
It was the game where Sauer pitched 111 pitches for the Dodgers
and just wore it. Yeah.
And they're just better offensively, so much better. I mean, you get down to that 6, 7, 8, 9 for the Dodgers, and you look across at the Padres 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not even close.
You think they get a wild card?
Padres?
Yeah.
Well, they're positioned right now, but
they're 6 back.
Okay, right. So, Cap, I have a bet with Travis, and I want you to tell me which side of this bet you would take if I offered it to you today.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay? The bet is if the Dodgers win the World Series, go back-to-back for the first time in 25 years since the Yankees did it, I have to come in and do Travis's show and then my show. So 6 straight hours.
Okay, got it.
If any other team wins besides the Dodgers, he has to do it for me. He has to do 6 hours. What's the right side of this bet as we sit here on June 19th?
I'll take the field.
Yeah, I have the field.
Yeah, I'll take the field.
I'll take the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to lean towards Travis's position.
They're starting to have a look about them.
That's where I was going.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm not saying that I don't think the Dodgers will win because I do. But if in the bet I had a chance to, have John do my 3 hours.
Oh, there you go.
Then
yeah.
I would take the field.
Okay.
And then if I lost, big deal. I'll take the 6 hours.
Okay.
No big.
Got it.
No big deal.
So,
how was the pool yesterday? I saw you go jumping right in that pool.
The only thing around that pool was it was so hot out there. It was like 90 degrees out there that the water was probably, 80?
Oh, yeah, the water was really warm. It was nice.
It was like jumping in a jacuzzi.
Was it hotter there yesterday, or was it hotter when we were at the islands in West Covina about a week ago? Because that was pretty damn hot.
That was hot. I think West Covina was a little bit hotter than yesterday, but it was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Yeah, this guy's got a great house. You would have loved his house.
It looked
and he's a
beautiful.
great guy.
Yeah.
He was completely welcoming. By the way, we grabbed some for you. The street team's got him. He made those Ficky footballs you played. He made Sedano and Cap
I love
Ficky
them.
footballs.
I saw them. Yeah, those are great. Mace, you seem to very confidently disrobe and show off the bod.
Well, it was a swimming pool.
Yeah.
What did
And
you
I
want him
went
to jump
swimming.
in with his clothes on?
No,
or-
but the summer shred, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You-
this year I'm not
Not
shredding the way I did.
shredding.
Last year I was way more shredded than
Yeah,
I am this year.
but not as shredded.
Not as shredded.
I just felt like you looked very
But
confident.
still love a pool.
Yeah.
Still love a swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's people talking about who's... Now, do you know what a zaddy is?
A zaddy?
Yeah.
I know what a zaddy is. You know how I know?
How?
Because I am one.
Oh, really? Because
That's
there's a
what
big...
I'm told.
Is Zaddy a hot dad?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Because there's a big debate about... Because online, on the social media, they're saying I'm a zaddy.
You are?
Yeah.
I think, listen, I thought I was a DILF, but now I think I'm a zaddy.
Okay.
Do you know what the Z stands for in the zaddy?
No, what?
I don't know.
I don't either. What's
anybody know?
the Z stand for?
Yeah. What's the Z?
I don't
Do you know, DeAndre?
I do not know. I just know that's just been a term.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fashionable, charismatic, sexually attractive, older guy.
That's you, Cap.
Yeah, that's me and you, Mace.
Yeah, we're both in there.
Yeah, we're
both in there.
zaddies.
Now, you're doing the show today with...
I've got Sedano for the first hour.
Yep.
But Sedano couldn't join us for Super Crosstalk because he told me that Carlisle from Indiana, the coach, decided to call a shoot-around until 6:15.
And they kicked him out of the arena.
Right.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah, till 6:50. Why?
Because all NBA coaches are paranoid.
About what?
They think that if I'm in there doing my show, I'm going to report to the other team, in this case Oklahoma City, the plays that Rick Carlisle is working on.
Goodness.
So you're not allowed they close the bowl and no one's allowed in.
All right,
That's
so
crazy.
And
Beto's going to be here then, right?
Beto is coming in. You know, Beto last night and Andy Kay, these two guys came in.
They rocked it. I was driving around last night. I heard them.
In emergency duty.
Yeah, it was good.
And let me tell you something. I was supposed to go to the game yesterday, the Dodger game, with Beto.
Okay.
Beto's got the best parking passes.
Oh, he knows his way around like nobody.
Knows it like the back of his hand.
Yep.
And now I'm by myself. But DeAndre came with me.
Okay.
And now I have to I have no parking pass.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody got me a parking
So
pass.
did you just park general?
What'd you pay for parking?
I would like for you to tune in because I had to do what I do.
You hate King to parking.